Hasan calls for the murder of Hila Klein.
Yeah, okay. That seems fucking insane to just frame the clip that way. When I hear Hasan said something retarded, I feel like I need to go confirm it. Because there's like so much incentive to just lie about this guy for no reason.
If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail.
Like, you can't just lie. You can't just write fan fiction like this.
Russia and Ukraine can't go to fucking war. America deserved 9/11.
This is some crazy shit. Dude, I actually don't. I don't want to defend this retard, okay? I don't at all. God. But here's the thing. When you start with a blatant lie that's amplified by like 1 trillion people, I have so little patience for anybody who goes, yeah, but like, really, why did he talk about Hila at all? Like, why did he mention Hila? It's like, shut the fuck up. Call out the liars first, call out the people who blew this out of proportion, and then talk about what the real criticism is, okay? I'm so sick of everybody going, yeah, well, but, like, isn't there kind of a point there that he mentioned Hila in, like, a kind of heated situation? And shut the fuck up, okay? What are you talking about? Call out the people who blatantly lied. Asmongold, Tectone, whoever else covered this clip and just did no work to go find any context at all? Well, actually, we'll go into those because we're actually going to look at them and see if they went and found context. I assume they didn't because of the clips that are coming out from them. Okay? Dude, it's crazy. It's wild what's going on out here, okay? What, Hila workout videos in the background? No, I'm not doing it, but we'll definitely be taking a longer look into all of this, okay? Like, you can't just lie. You can't just write fan fiction like this, right? And not get called out. And if you participate in it, you need to say what you did wrong. Stop participating in the fan fiction and then going, well, you know, I'm not going to say it was wrong, and I'm kind of going to, like, sort of make a different criticism. No, call out the people who are lying. Call out the people who are lying. Make sure they know they're lying. If you care about this kind of thing, okay? If you care about people telling the truth, if you care about any of this at all, this is what you should do, all right? No, I haven't heard of that JSTLK arc. Nope. We might take a second to get started here. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I could watch this. The only thing on the subreddit right now is a Fuentes low tier god clip. I don't know. I don't know if I can watch that on Twitch right now. Okay. The truth in politics. Now that's funny. It's not just politics. It's like just lying about like the exact thing that happened. I feel like to me, that was something I wanted to do for politics a little bit was, go and show how people lie to frame things incorrectly, right? Like, I thought Biden was too old, but I watched some of the Republican framings of clips of him to make him look like senile. And it's like, dude, if you just look at the whole clip, like, it's clear that that's not really a problem here, okay? LTG streams on Twitch, though? Yeah, but I don't know if he streamed this on Twitch, and I don't know if this will be safe for Twitch, so we'll have to wait a second and check it out. I'll hopefully be able to get some people on to talk about this as well. I'd just love to see what other people think about this, because it's pretty fucking crazy to me, okay? How people are lying. Okay, I just got 1,000 YouTube notifications at once. Or 1,000, yeah, Chrome notifications. I need to shut my Chrome notifications off for YouTube on this computer. Holy shit. That's actually so annoying. God! Holy! Think Dan will hop on? Probably not. Maybe, though. Maybe. I've seen a lot of people say that I was, like, quoting Hasan in a tweet earlier. I'm like, okay, I'm telling you I'm not. I'm telling you I'm summarizing his position. It's very, we'll go into it. It's a little funny, okay? A little bit funny. What do we got here? I guess we should watch the clip in question first, right? Man, I usually have like some funny stuff come in on a lighter note right off the bat, but today, I ain't really got that shit, okay? I got Tectone reaction, I got Hutch and Wick talking about it, I've got a Lonerbox tweet. The Lonerbox tweet is the only one where I'm like, okay, I'm like, maybe I could get a little close. Hutch was soying out about it, of course. Dude, it's crazy, okay? I was curious about this, been hearing the narrative, but doubted it could be true. Well, I actually went and just clipped the whole thing, because I wanted to see what it really was. I wanted to see what was really going on, right? So I got the timestamp, I went and clipped the whole thing, I watched the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, people are just lying! Again, people are lying! Oh, I know what we can do, hold on. Guys, the Blast Off tweet is pinned in both chats. I need you to go and sign up for Twitter, okay? Take this time to sign up for Twitter if you haven't done so while I talk about this. But this is the Blast Off tweet. We got the classic Blame It on Hasan song, okay? It's become ironic in its time now.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical? Sure.
A lot of people saying that unironically today. Kind of weird.
Ukraine can't go to fucking war. America deserved 9/11.
Blame it on the gifts. Blame it on the moments when they throw.
What a fucking liar!
Blame it on the fights. Blame it on the ball.
Sensibility Exchange, you're welcome to sit here and watch this with us. I encourage you to do so, okay? Because we'll go through the whole thing.
20-month subscriber, bro. You're so annoying.
Blame it on the rage. Blame it on the clouds. Twitch is burning. Advertisers pull out.
Okay, should I play it?
I'm ready to hear it.
Blame it on Hasan.
Let's go.
Blame it on Hasan. Blame it on the no. Blame it on this. Blame it on Asmongold.
Such a Hasan pick.
Blame it on
Never heard this before.
Blame it on the pain.
It's K-pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, then I like it. Oh my god. Emily.
So this is a below the radar clip where Hasan also played, I believe, some, like, was this communist marching music or something for these two? For all of them? He says it's K-pop? Yeah, it was the North Korea anthem or something, wasn't it? North Korea anthem.
Alright.
Yeah.
I paid that
Underrated
on my
clip. Let's go. Okay. Guys, like the Blast Off tweet. Engage with the Blast Off tweet. It's pinned in both chats, okay? Critical that you like the Blast Off tweet. Engage with the Blast Off tweet. Cyber, thank you for the 19 months. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll leave the meters up from last night, actually. We'll just go with this. We'll leave the meters up from last night. We'll roll with this. All right. Let's go back to my Twitter. And let's watch the full clip, okay? Oh, wait. No, don't watch the full clip. Why would I watch the full clip first? Hold on. I need to watch people soy about the actual clip, okay? The actual clip as it came out. Oh, what is that? Max the Confessor, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you, Max. Welcome, Max. Good to have you back on board. Okay, hold on. Let me find the actual first Hasan clip. Where's it at? Hasan Piker says that Hila Klein is a valid military target, no repercussions. Notice how, okay, very cleverly. I'm gonna point out all of my schizo theories, all of my schizo shit, okay? I'm going to point it all out, okay? Notice how this is not clipped in a way where you can go through and watch the VOD. Notice how they've sliced the context away, right? There's no way for you to go get context from this. Right? It's not a Twitch clip. It's not a Twitch clip that links to a VOD. But notice, this is like very intentional, by the way. That they do not want you to go and click through and actually watch what was said, right? This is the 50-second one that's floating around, yes. Still didn't remove this for editorializing either. Curious. Apparently not, no. Apparently that's all good now. I know LSF lets you post clips that are not from Twitch, but I'm saying it'd be far easier to just post a Twitch clip, right? You can look it up if you need more. I don't need more. I'm telling you that it is intentionally done this way to paint a certain picture. Okay? Because they don't want it to be easy for people to go do more. Okay? Obvious. Clear.
They're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah matter.
Okay.
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and
so just to be clear,
DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants.
So that is clipped in a way that makes it sound like, oh, former militants would be like valid military targets, right? But former here, right there, it's referring to former Fatah militants. Fatah being the party that ran like all Palestinian affairs for years. The party of Yasser Arafat, right? He's naming militant groups. He's saying they can engage in violence. Even if they're militant like terrorist groups, designated terrorist groups, they could still engage in violence in the West Bank against the Israeli military. But a lot of retards think, oh, he's talking about former military members being valid targets of something. And they have no, trust me, that's the immediate filter. If you don't know that he's talking about Palestinian groups there, you should just walk away from this clip. You shouldn't have an opinion. You're too stupid to function, okay, in this environment. which is not a problem. Maybe you just don't have knowledge of this place, okay? Maybe you live a totally different life. But if you don't know what that means, shut the fuck up, walk away, okay?
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel is in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank.
Yeah.
2 crimes in and of itself.
Well, actually, I don't even know if I agree with that. I'm just like, okay, I'm understanding your premise. Okay, I'm understanding.
And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in the Israelis. Doesn't matter if they're...
Oh, that's weird how that cuts. Okay. So what Hasan's doing there, so that sounds like you could make it like pretty bad, right? Like, oh, doesn't matter. Oh, they're just valid military targets, right? Like, I almost understand with the way this is edited, how somebody could come to this conclusion. Now, you should immediately, from the editing, from all of the warning signs here, you should immediately know, oh, well, this is fucked. This is fucking weird. Something weird's going on here, okay? Unfortunately, we're getting to the point where I hate Hasan. I have no idea if he's talking. See, he talks about the legal consequences of this and stuff, like, oh, it's all legal. I assume he's just wrong because he's a retard, okay? I assume he's just wrong on like everything he says about legality. When I hear Hasan said something retarded, I feel like I need to go confirm it because people just want to lie about this guy. There's like so much incentive to just lie about this guy for no reason. He is technically, I'm sure there's like a lot of technical minutia you could get into here around the legalities that would be like kind of interesting for people very invested in this stuff, right? But listen. From there, I went and clipped the full thing. I went and got a timestamp. I clipped the full thing. I noticed that there wasn't a timestamp listed anywhere. When Our Relevant asked for a timestamp, he got just the full Hasan VOD. Okay? Do we really give Hasan the grace when he gives it to literally no one? You operate the way you want to operate in the world, Alias Rain. I think there are so many valid things to criticize Hasan for. Why would I just lie about the things he's saying? There's so many actually valid things that he's done bad that you can complain about and say, Hasan's a shitty person. Hasan's a shitty commentator. Hasan's a fucking retard. Right? Yeah, you shouldn't. It's not that you can't rape rapists, Ozzel. In fact, you can, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should be above that. You should be above their conduct, okay? That's how it is. So let's listen to the whole thing.
But it shows the thinking.
Like any kind of violence.
So he's watching a documentary on the West Bank, okay? Armed settlers and segregation inside the West Bank. So he's always within this context, okay, of watching a documentary on armed violence and armed settlers in the West Bank, okay? Keep watching.
That Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank.
Yes, this is what people are soying out about, yep.
Is literally legal, okay? It is legal resistance against an occupying military force. I cannot repeat this enough.
Occupying military force. So he's saying armed settlers going into the West Bank and forming settlements, doing violence. Violence back to them is legal. If you're a part of the occupying military force, violence if they're illegally occupying some area, right? Which Israel does, then you are a valid target of violence.
Just like any kind of violence that the Israeli occupying force experiences in the Gaza Strip is actually, once again, totally legal and totally moral resistance by the Palestinians. Doesn't matter if they're the Al-Aqsa Brigade, doesn't matter if they're a part of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, doesn't matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants.
Okay, so that part where a bunch of morons think he's talking about former militants being valid targets of... He's saying, I don't care if they look like white people. I don't care if they look like white people in a real army uniform getting bombed by terrorists who are wearing a towel on their head, okay? And some mask covering their face. I don't give a fuck how evil they look to you. These Palestinian militants who are doing violence, it is still moral. Right? It doesn't matter how nice the Israelis look. It doesn't matter how evil the Palestinians look. It doesn't matter how evil their label is. violence from the Palestinians against the occupying military force is justified and legal, is his argument, okay? Now, remember that when he's saying, even these evil groups, okay, even these really bad groups, they can still do that violence.
Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white. Okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid.
Nope, this isn't what he's saying. It's not what we would say, John Smokin. I think legal is fair, but I'd argue against the moral point. I think if you think it's morally justified to actually do violence to a woman who's in an Israeli like IDF vehicle, who's not really participating, who's a secretary, if they captured like Hila Klein and did like any kind of you're probably wrong, right? I feel like you're just wrong there, and you can disagree with this point. But anyway, sorry, I'll back it up just a little bit.
More black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the
So this is furthering, okay, it's continuing on from, I don't care if you think these people are good. If they are participating in this, they are also valid targets.
Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay?
Wait, why isn't she technically contributing to the harm of Gaza? She might be contributing to the harm, but he's not saying you can target people who contribute to harm in Gaza. He is saying if you're in Gaza as a part of this force that is actively harming and participating in the oppression of these people, then you are a valid military target. In the West Bank, in the Gaza Strip, in either one of those places, you would be a valid military target if you are actively participating in this military or in settling illegal settlements. The whole time he is talking about only in the West Bank, only in the Gaza Strip. It's clear as fucking day. Do not link come vampire retardation in my chat, Matt Slice, but thank you for contributing, okay? I don't care about what Destiny's saying on this. Destiny will just lie about things here. He will just write fanfiction with Dan. The only goal they have is to lie. It's actually pointless to engage with them. They are just liars. That's it.
It's just the truth. Straight up. It doesn't matter that they look to be in garb that makes you think that they're in the right. Okay?
Yes. Hasan's talking about the optics of this. That like, oh, we've been... And like, I don't even agree with all the shit he's saying, right? But he's talking about the optics of this. He's talking about how if they're wearing these like headscarves and shit, and they look like they're evil terrorists, okay? Even if they look like this, that's still okay for them to defend their homes. It's okay for them to defend their land. No, it's dishonestly clipped, Varain. It's dishonestly clipped because there's so much context around it to show exactly what he's talking about. Like, it's in the context of a documentary on armed settlements, armed settlers, right? It's in the context of only the West Bank, only Gaza. That's all clipped out, right? It's largely clipped out. The only reason he mentions Hila is to say it doesn't matter how nice they are. It doesn't matter how nice they look. If they're a part of the Israeli military and they are entering the Gaza Strip or they're entering the West Bank, the non, whatever, is it Area C that's like 50-50, that's like mixed or something? If they're illegally entering the West Bank, if they're engaging in occupation there, okay, if they're a militarized occupation, then it doesn't matter. I think they're a valid target. I disagree with this point, by the way. But my real issue here is that I can't even agree or disagree with this point. My real issue, okay, is that people are painting this as Hasan calling for Hila Klein to be killed in LA. Which is fucking insane. But why bring up Hila Klein at all? If you can't listen, Potameros, leave. I just said why he brought up Hila Klein. It has to do with his whole thing where he's saying it doesn't matter how nice the Israelis look, it doesn't matter how evil the Palestinians look, it matters, okay? It matters that you say it's justified for them to defend their land. So he's taking the nicest version of somebody who didn't really engage, who actually went into the West Bank as a part of a raid into Ramallah, and he's saying that would even be a valid target. So he's literally saying this is the nicest version of the IDF person, the IDF member who's gone in there as a part of like a raid, as a part of like what he calls oppression. This is the nicest version. Even if it's that guy versus some dude who's like a doppelganger for Osama bin Laden, who's got an AK-47 firing bullets at her car. The guy who looks like Osama bin Laden is justified. That's what Hasan's trying to drive home here. That's why he uses Hila Klein. He is in no way whatsoever driving violence or advocating for violence against Hila Klein. 0%. Yeah, just continue to not engage because you're a fucking retard. Cool. Actually, just go. Just go. You're too stupid to be here. Just leave. Or join up in Discord, okay? Join up in Discord, make an argument. Guy knows what he's doing when he brings her specifically up and you're giving a ton of charity. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just listening to what he's saying. I'm just listening to what he's saying and interacting with what he's saying. If you want to say that, well, the fact that he mentioned her at all means he's like kind of pulling her in, okay. Sure, he's invoking like a drama that's been going on for months, yes. He is not saying that you can go hurt her by any measure, which is why he explicitly says, no, that's not what that means at all. Yes, exactly, Ruminus. You just have to engage in any way. But again, I already said I have no patience for the retards who are like, but isn't it weird that he mentioned her at all? Call out the liars. Call out the people who have to lie about what this is. Call them out first once you've come on and said, okay, you know what? Obviously, Asmongold is lying, Tectone is lying, Destiny is lying, Dan is lying. These people are just lying to hurt Hasan because they're fucking losers, right? Yeah, after you say that they're obviously lying about Hasan, obviously just totally destroying any faith people have in any sort of media ecosystem, right? After you've engaged with that and admitted that, then we can talk about, okay, now we'll pull it back to why should he have mentioned her in like a raucous, drama? Yeah, probably, to be honest. Hila participates. I think it's funny that he throws out that Hila Klein participated in a raid into Ramallah. I think it's funny. Wasn't Hila just on a podcast like 2 days ago that was basically calling Hasan a pedophile? Wasn't she doing that? I'm sorry. What do you want? I know exactly what all of the replies to this are going to be, by the way. They're all going to be, but people called CPS and they got skulls sent to their house. Why did he mention her at all? CPS, skulls, CPS, skulls. Nazi sword. God, it's just pathetic. It's so fucking pathetic. All right, Dan, for ruining the Kleins. Dan is going to absolutely destroy Ethan Klein's reputation. Dan has destroyed Ethan Klein's reputation. It is sad. Oh, sure, Matt Slice. Yeah, no worries, buddy. No worries. I'm just glad you're here with us, Matt Slice. We love you, buddy. We love you. We're on Twitch today. I'm gonna do quite a bit of this stream on Twitch. I think there's a good chance we could get viewership on Twitch today. Most of the chat is on Kick, but if you guys want to go participate on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/JSTLK with an underscore, okay? Go buff the numbers over there. Listen to my voice in both places, if you can, okay? If you're on your computer, you can open up both. Oh, it's JSTLK with an underscore, by the way. And don't forget to throw the primers, okay? Primers. Any primers? Hello, Twitch gang. Matt NLT's there with the Twitch gang, okay? Welcome, guys. I don't disagree with your take here. I just don't care enough about Hasan to make a stand. Fuck him. Yeah, here's the thing, Alias Rain. Unfortunately, the same people who are maliciously lying, writing total fan fiction about Hasan, do the same to me. So I feel like, hey, I get to see firsthand how fucked up this is, right? All the time, over and over and over again. So it matters to me. It matters to me that people just lie. You're just willing to lie about other people, right? I think you should be called out. I think you should be embarrassed. Is this the Awk clip? Is the clip from Awk?
Without militants. Okay. It is perfect.
Oh, hello. What do we got? Matt NLT, thank you very much. That's a primer. Thank you very much. Thank you. This feels odd. Welcome to the Twitch chat, Alpha Kilo. Hold on. What is Ozzel linking? Okay. No, Ozzel, no, we're not pulling that up on stream. Bro links a Discord link. Very strange. Remember when Sam Hyde made Hasan a valid target and he hid for days, threatening to ban anyone in his chat that mentioned it? Yeah, not even remotely the same thing, obviously. 80 IQ engagement. Okay. No. Pensive Goat, if Hasan said, trust me, if Hasan said any violence against Hila Klein is justified or something because she participated in the IDF, we would have a totally different conversation right now, but Hasan's a complete fucking moron. We would be shitting down Hasan's throat today if he said some shit like that, okay? We would be destroying this fucking guy. But he didn't say that, right? Sure. Pensive Goat, sure. That it wouldn't be an explicit call to violence. I don't think I need to make that delineation, though. I'd be pretty annoyed either way. How long will it take for Hasan to double down? Hasan already doubled down and said everything he said there was correct, but he's also said a little bit more. Local Glowy, thank you very much for the primer? For the primer? That's a primer. We got a hype train going on Twitch now, guys. Don't forget to get your primers in, all right? I'll pin the Twitch link for you in the Kick chat as well. Now, I probably can just go to my own tweets here. I think I tweeted the other clip. Give me a second. Let me find the tweet itself. But I think I did both. Okay, I think I tweeted the other clip. Jesus, this is upstate trash guy mentally ill. Sorry. Please return to whatever mental illness containment zone you were in previously. All right, hold on. What are we doing here? Oh, I'm looking for my own clip. Hold on. It's somewhere in here. It's in my replies with Dan. Okay, hold on. We'll watch both of these. Machiko, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Appreciate you, dude. So Dan gave me this clip right here, whatever this is, to say Hasan doubled down, okay? Take it up with Hasan, who says it was not taken out of context. If he wanted to say that what you wish he said, he should have said that. He didn't. Well, we'll go through the Dan thread in just a little bit, okay? Give me a second. Hasanabi confirming that the clip is not out of context. Oh, it's a Destiny clip. Never mind. Nah, fuck that. Somebody find me whatever timestamp Hasan's speaking at there. We don't need to put the Chem Vampire on screen. I'm good. So this is going to be quiet. I need to turn this up. But this is him saying exactly what he means with regards to Hila Klein.
They're saying you currently think she's a valid target? No, of course not. That's fucking idiotic. I've never said that, and I don't believe that, and they're lying. It's the way it's clipped? No, that's fucking bullshit.
Okay, now that's fucking bullshit. There it is. He's just like, no, obviously I do not think that Hila Klein's a valid target of violence. Yeah, obviously, right? Obviously. He might think that, but he never said it. Hold on, sensibility exchange. Is Hila Klein he absolutely said and was clear that he's talking about in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Do you think that means it's a blanket call to violence like it's being presented? Or do you disagree that he's talking about the Gaza Strip and the West Bank explicitly? And only those places? You have to disagree with one of those things, so which one do you disagree with? He had his fingers crossed while he said that? Possibly. Quite possibly. Unfortunately for us, okay, we're gonna have to endure some of the worst pain imaginable around this, alright? No, the clip is weak. What? Shut the fuck up. The clip is not weak. It's obvious he's speaking about the West Bank and the Gaza Strip while watching a documentary about settler violence, armed settler violence in the West Bank. It's the entire context of this. It is obvious in every sentence he says. And you have to cut it off at the front, right? You have to cut it off to make it not obvious. Now, what happened to people who used to be, I swear to God, a bunch of these people are DGGers. This is just another thing, by the way. Do you remember, who's this quote from? I don't stream in 20-second clips. So if you got like a 60-second clip of me, I don't stream in clips, okay? I have a long conversation, so I don't stream in clips. If you got a clip of me, actually watch the full context. Who's that? Who am I quoting right now? These people are literally just using the Caval's Manifesto, all the stuff around that, as a guide for how to try to maliciously attack people, how to lie about people on the internet, right? It's embarrassing. It's sad. All right, I was thinking about going to the Asmongold stuff next. Here, let's watch. Hasan talks about this a little bit after as well.
By the Palestinians. Doesn't matter if they're the Al-Aqsa Brigade. Doesn't matter if they're a part of the Palestinian.
This is the actual timestamp from this couple days ago.
Doesn't matter if they're DFLP, PFLP.
By the way, there's an obvious reason that all of this didn't come out 4 or 5 days ago when it happened, right? It's that they know if Hasan had actually openly called for Hila Klein to have violence done to her, said, hey, you guys, any violence against Hila Klein is justified, that would have been front page news instantly, within seconds, right? The reveal on this is that the stream is from 5 days ago. That's how I knew immediately. I'm like, oh, somebody's making some shit up here. And I immediately looked for the context, right?
Or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white. Okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an
You're going to hear these words so many times, by the way.
apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every...
Oh, I can tell you exactly what they looked up. They went, oh, there's a reference to Hila Klein here. How can we spin it? There's a reference to Hila Klein. How can we spin it? That's all the thought that went into this, okay? There's no actual thought that goes in.
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay? It's just the truth. Straight up. It doesn't matter that they look to be in garb that makes you think that they're in the right. Okay?
I think he called her... Yeah, he said your favorite podcaster's wife. He's obviously referring to Hila because he says who participated in these raids.
And right now, life is tough for Palestinians in the West Bank.
There's just nothing else.
They say
okay.
They feel powerless. Random military...
So again, all within the context of the West Bank, watching a documentary on the West Bank.
operations, security checks and barriers restricting movement can happen anywhere and at any time, making normal movement impossible. There's the continuous threat of attacks by settlers.
West Bank of Bel Air? Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Who believe the land is theirs.
It's just so goofy. It's all so goofy. Let's check out some of the comments from LSF really quickly. Bro really had to make sure, absolutely sure, we knew he was talking about Hila here, LOL. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to drive home a point that he knows that the Palestinians look scary. Even their militants, their militias look scary. And the IDF looks kind of like white people in military uniforms. They look not scary. But it doesn't matter. You're part of the occupying military force in illegally occupied lands, okay? That's the point. So he's saying if she was an active duty person participating in a raid, she would be a valid target regardless of status, right? Yes, that if she went on that raid, she would be a valid target of violence. Yes. Yep, that's what he's saying. If she was an active duty and she went on that raid, if somebody shot her, that would be a justified act. Now, we can fight on that point, okay? We can fight on that point. I don't know if I agree on that, okay? It would depend on if somebody, fired an RPG at the car, maybe justified, okay? If somebody, captured her and then shot her, I would say no, not justified. It would depend on the situation, right? By the way, I don't think Hila Klein's a particularly bad person. I'm saying that in the context of you're an IDF member, you're going on a raid into the West Bank, right? I don't have sympathy for you if violence is done to you. If you're an IDF member going on a night raid into the West Bank, I do not have sympathy for you. I'm sorry. I don't. Don't think Hila Klein's a bad person. Don't think she needs to be attacked. Don't think... I obviously denounce anybody calling for violence against her in the current day, or violence against her family, or even harassment towards her family, right? I actually do disavow the CPS stuff as much as I joke about how big a deal has been made. I obviously disavow that. That's shitty. That's obviously bad. That's horrible for the kids, right? The Skulls? I think the Skulls was bad too. I think all of that stuff is actually bad. I totally disavow that shit. Don't harass people. There's no reason to. That's the same as what's being done to other people by Dan, by Destiny, right? They're trying to make people feel intimidated in real life so that they can keep lying, so that they don't get criticized for lying. Obviously, I disavow it happening to people I don't like or think are doing bad things. Everybody's in this internet environment. Don't try to menace them for their speech. Don't be a fucking loser. Just win in terms of the speech. Just win in terms of the arguments, okay? That's all it's got to be. Based on what you said so far, I know that you are going to get Clipchimp too. Okay. That's fine. We'll just keep having these actual arguments. We'll just keep having them, right? And I know that I'll win. That's how it is. He didn't say morally this clip would actually be worse. Unironically, at least now we can argue whether or not morally it's right to drive out an occupation force. Sure, because I don't know if legally that's true. I assume it's wrong, by the way. I assume legally that Hasan has no legal understanding of what goes on in the West Bank. I assume he doesn't know international law. I assume he says it's illegal because that's like his propaganda, right? That's what I assume. Okay. Are we gonna go to Are we ready to go to Asmongold already? No. Let's do the Hila reaction here, okay? Hila went on Instagram and reacted to this, okay? Got an Hila reaction here. We'll look at the Hila reaction. Hila Klein responds to Hasan calling her a valid military target. Just another Sunday. Hasan Piker who's exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep. He's not. Let's see here. Hasan Piker, who's exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, has retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. That when he wants to get at Ethan, he attacks me. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man who does not see women as equal. What? The comment he made is totally valid in that situation. It's not like he had to do any stretching. There's no stretching that happened there, right? He's saying no matter how nice the IDF looks, I don't give a fuck. Could be Hila Klein just going on her night raid for like one time. I don't care. You're an IDF member entering as a part of a raid into Ramallah. Fuck you. That's what he's saying. There's no sexism happening there. That's not happening at all. What are those pants? Those pants are goofy as fuck, okay? He's got parachute pants on. That's crazy. Oh, this is just a glimpse into the psyche of a man that does not see women as equal. As his equal. He uses women to whatever end he needs, be it revenge, sexual gratification, or to massage his ego by exposing their nude bodies without their consent to his boys. Again, I just find it very weird, personally, how they're trying to equate two situations. Listen, maybe we have to review that document. Maybe we have to go in and actually expose how these people are just lying repeatedly, over and over and over again. She's referencing the Ethan/Hasan debate where he kept referring to Hila as your Ethan's wife. Okay? Who gets mad about that kind of thing? Who really gets mad about that? Hey, how did I meet this person? Oh, I met them as the wife of somebody else I cared about. Oh, well, that's how I will know them. That's all it is in somebody's head, right? Hasan calls Hila valid military target. Okay, just another Sunday. Okay. Bro, these people are just fishing for money so transparently. It's sad. It's sad. I totally talked to Hutch about this, but I think he thinks that I'm unhinged, okay? He just believes lies. Unfortunately, Hutch just believes lies. I don't think Hutch really understands or can internalize, but he just believes lies, and it's kind of sad. I've had enough with Hasan and his fucking goon squad. Okay? No matter where you stand on Israel-Palestine, how could you target someone like @Klein Hila? Wait, is this reposting Ethan? Oh, Tom Ward. It's Tom Ward, okay. She's generous, kind, caring, and an amazing wife, mother, and boss, and she hasn't harmed anyone, so go fuck yourselves. I mean, okay. Maybe she doesn't participate at all, and maybe he shouldn't mention her. But I feel like I've seen her mention things enough that, like, this reference didn't seem like evil to me, okay? Personally. But, hey, whatever. If Hila Klein, like, gets up and says, I'm gonna walk away, I don't want to participate in this, I'll say this much, okay? If Hila Klein, anytime the Hasan thing comes up because of the heat that's been brought, she goes, you know what? I don't want to be here. I'm going to remove myself. If she's like taking active steps to remove herself, then I think she shouldn't be mentioned. I think you should probably try to lay off. Personally. That's my personal morality, okay? I don't know if I can tell other people to do the same, but if she actively tries to remove herself, if she says, I don't want to be here when you talk about Hasan, then you know what? You should probably leave her alone. But I don't know enough about the H3 podcast. I don't watch. So if she does that, I think Hasan's wrong to name her. I still don't believe that there's any truth to the claim that he's calling for violence against her, but he's wrong to name her in the first place, okay? The only person who doesn't want to participate is Olivia? Okay. Yeah. It seems fine. All right, I got Hasan's reaction to this, apparently.
Hasan Piker, who was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, is retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. When he wants to get at Ethan, he attacks me. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man who does not see women as equal.
Dude, I can't listen to Hasan read without just losing
Okay,
it.
dude. This is literally
Okay, dude.
girl bossing genocide defense.
Hasan Piker, who was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, has retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. When he wants to get at Ethan, he attacks me. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man who does not view women as equal. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Wait, did he even respond? Why wouldn't they clip the response? Why is there no response here? Why? What are we doing? What? This is literally girl bossing genocide defense.
Girl bossing genocide defense.
I'm sure there's more response here, right? We'll get into Hasan's response from today. I'm sure he's gonna go through a bunch of this stuff. I don't know. We could do it from the Hasan angle, or we could do it from like everybody else as well. I kind of do want to go into it. All right. Okay, we've got quick update. Okay, on Nicholas Deorio. I think Nick is better than a lot of other people on this, okay? I do. But I also have some issues with the way Nick handles things. I don't know if... Maybe we can just get into it now. Oh, let me do this. Let me post this on my timeline. Guys! I hate to say it, but you are not... You're not up to snuff right now, okay? Guys, go and engage with the Blast Off tweet. It is pinned in both chats. Oh, it's not pinned in the Kick chat anymore, okay? There's the Blast Off tweet. Engage with the Blast Off tweet. Like the Blast Off tweet. Leave a comment. Leave a meme. All right? Engage with the Blast Off tweet so that we get out to as many voices as possible. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. All right. Oh, Nick. Right. Nick. We're on Nick. Okay, let's close some tabs. We're going to have to keep tabs cleaned up here. We've got Nick over here doing his thing. So with the original clip from... Oh, the clip from Asmongold. Asmongold went off, okay? Asmongold was going the fuck off about this stuff, all right? I'm sorry I don't have a Twitter. Go register one right now, Dulce Bellum Inexpertise. Go register one right now, because I need you to join. We're going to start a Twitter community right away as well, okay? Unfortunately, this is just a game, okay? I don't particularly like Twitter. I don't really like social media all that much, but it's the game, okay? You got to be on Twitter. You got to be doing shit on Twitter, okay? It's the game. It's how it's played. So I need you to register a Twitter account and get yourself involved, all right? You need to do it. You need to do it now. It's important. So, Nicholas just looks at this and says, this drama is escalating to a really scary place. I don't like this engagement from Nick, personally, okay? You do this, and you say, you're basically just lending credence to this narrative, right? And he hadn't looked into it yet, and if you don't remember... He apparently did this with Willie Mac's video as well. He had not seen any of Willie Mac's video. He just retweeted it, and then he didn't go back. It's like you can't amplify stuff and go like, this is the correct thing. You can't imply it's correct, and yeah, this is how it is. And then not clean stuff up, okay? Now, I think you should delete this tweet, probably. That's what I would say, if you're going to go and try to clean stuff up. But Nick is miles ahead, okay? He is infinitely better than most of the people commenting on this from that perspective, okay? Yeah, I see. We're gonna go through his 3 tweets, all right? I will say he's better, but I still don't like it, okay? I still don't like it because of the Willie Mac thing, where he retweets the Willie video, and then instead of actually going and saying, you know what, that video doesn't represent my views, he leaves his, his endorsement of it up, and then won't criticize the things that are wrong with it, the blatant lies in it, okay? He tweets out, support for Hila Klein is pivotal right now. Again, this is probably the second or third time, at minimum, that I've seen him go and just bite the bullet on some narrative that isn't true, right? He wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to eat and have a cake. Okay, dude. All right, dude. So I think so Nick does post on this. I think there's additional context to the recent Hasan tweet that's worth watching, but I'm going to keep this up too. The controversy really brought out the bloodthirsty people who want someone to die over this drama. Yeah, wait, hold on. Can we go and call out the other people? Did you see Ralph's reply to Deorio? No. I do know Ralph replied. I've seen some of the Ralph stuff, okay? But I didn't pull it out yet. So I think this clip is reckless, but it's also out of context. He's making a point about valid military targets of IDF soldiers actively occupying the West Bank. He's invoking Hila Klein in the past tense to reference the ride-along, but Palestinians or supporters attacking her in California would not be an act of resistance. It would be offense. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, it's a lie, right? But I think if you're going to buy into the lie and you will not call out the liars, you're like not doing enough. There's not enough there. If you buy into the lie, you need to call out the people who had you buy into the lie, okay? You have to. That's like a prerequisite. Close to the clip you linked with some lead up. What is this?
That is
okay. This is Hasan today? All right.
Ridiculous.
Here. Let's give this a listen. I also have taken I drank a bunch of caffeine here, so give me a second. I'm gonna use the bathroom while we listen to Hasan, okay? While he starts cooking on this. Let's watch this really quickly, and then... So, sorry. To begin with, Nick does actually come out. So he's infinitely better than other people, but I do think you gotta call out the liars, man. You gotta call them out, even if it's fucking up your networking, right? Like, dude, there are people just lying about this. Like this Ock guy. He's just lying. He's just gonna lie. Bunch of people lying. Stop letting yourselves get manipulated, okay? You gotta stop. I think Hasan is pretty careless here, but if your takeaway is that Hasan supports vigilante justice or Palestinians harming Hila Klein in California current day, that's clearly not the point he was intending to make. All the more reason to clip him in context and not overly embellished clips that can be defeated by quickly scrolling back. Bad empanada existing is a good enough argument. Doesn't help that he platforms Bad empanada and Noah, two people who have both threatened Hila in the current day. This is just true, right? That you should actually criticize Hasan for the things he says, but I'm not. That's not even enough yet, okay? Why don't you call it yeet? I did just call it yeet. I said yeet was lying. The Ock 20,000 guy just completely lying with the clip, and I'm saying that actually Nicholas should be calling him out too. How do you say it's reckless and stupid, but say he's making a point about valid military targets? It's contradictory state. Wait, he does. We would all think the IDF in Ramallah engaging in any occupying force whatsoever, like going in and violently doing almost anything in Ramallah, okay? Aside from defending another IDF member who got taken down and beaten to death, right? But basically almost anything they're doing in Ramallah would not be okay. Very easy, actually. I didn't. I at no point said Hasan made a good or bad point, retard. Yeah, exactly. People think when I'm specific about what Hasan's saying, I don't even agree with his points. I don't agree with his points. I'm just saying that other people are lying and muddying the waters and just trying to attack him. That's what's clear, right? That's the sad thing. Okay, we'll watch this. That's the Nick stuff. Nick's doing better than everybody else. So I feel like I have a higher bar for Nick. I expect Nick to function as a human being, okay? The rest of these people are scum. They're just scum. They're fucking losers. I don't expect them to meet the bar of humanity that I would expect of Nick, okay? Nick, I want him to be like a human and call out the people lying. But honestly, I'll never say that to him personally because I feel like when you tell him hey, you should do this, it pushes him in the other direction. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is. Nick set up the higher bar for himself. That's true, Cosmo. That is true. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna play this. I need to get some water. Use the bathroom.
I don't believe that. That is illegal. Okay, in the clip, but everyone is just going along with it. There is no point where I have said violence against someone who is not actively in combat is permissible. Okay? That is ridiculous. I don't believe that. That is illegal. This is not, and also immoral. It's a big part of the reason why I also advocate against what Israel is doing. I have also specified that IDF veterans are not valid military targets. Okay? Just because someone is an IDF vet or a veteran in general, if they're in a hospital bed or if they're fucking living out their days, that doesn't make them a valid military target. This is an intentional mischaracterization of my words, but it doesn't even necessarily, it doesn't even seem to be out of context.
Okay, I'm back. I really wish he hadn't said I haven't advocated for violence against anybody who's not actively in combat. I don't think Elo was ever actively engaging in combat. He's concerned, right? But I'm not gonna go and do the thing where somebody gets lied about and they get a little too aggressive on their defense and they say something that's not like totally in line with their previous statements, and I'm gonna go and like try to like nitpick on that now, right? JSTLK hasn't disavowed yet. What? Wait, what happened? Sorry, I'm back now. How can Nick even say Hasan is even careless? Imagine talking about in the context of USA, let's say some Mexican military forces just do a raid on your home and you can't fight back. I think the recklessness is the mention of Hila Klein in the context of valid military targets. He's probably going to say that's reckless. I don't think that's reckless. I think he was pretty obvious with what he's saying. Okay. Oh, Max sent 5 subs? Hold on. Hold on. No, Max didn't send 5 subs. Max said, hey, valid military targets, orders understood. Oh, Max, get the fuck out of here, okay? No, we've disavowed. We disavowed that. I was away, okay? I wasn't at my desk. But thank you for... That's crazy how you timed that, Max. I said I'm going to the bathroom, you immediately sneak that in? I see what you're doing. I see how you're trying to get me. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you. Can't get me. Yeah, so you said, like, actively in combat, right? Oh, I've never called for violence against somebody not actively in combat. Well, Elo was never actively in combat, but I think he's just trying to say, like, an active militant, like a member of the military in a combat zone or something like that. And I am going to give charity there, because, again, when people are just lying about you, I sort of understand how you might over-defend, all right? In any case, he's never once called for violence against Hila, okay? Never, ever, 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 ever. And people saying so are lying to you. And realistically, I'm starting to find the more interesting conversation for me is, why are these people lying? What is the goal? Why are they lying in unison? Why are they all amplifying the same lies? That's more where I'm going to, okay? That's the more interesting conversation to me. It's not even really about what Hasan said anymore. It's, hey, why are these people just, like, making up lies about other people? What's going on here? What is going on here? Exactly.
They take out of context what you said, that if everyone behaved like the IDF, then nuking Tel Aviv is permissible. Yeah, if Israel's targeting standards were international law, where you could literally kill people and their family members, as Israel has been doing in Gaza, then yes, I don't believe this, but that would be the case. I don't think it's appropriate, and I don't agree with it. I hate this out of context clip where Hasan is saying we should kill Israelis, violence is never the answer. I think we should kill Hasan as punishment. Yeah, pretty much.
There are people saying that you should call for violence against Hasan right now. That is a thing that's happening, right? It's crazy. Based on the previous clip, where we can all agree that Hasan is not painting Hila as a valid target of any violence. Based on that clip, there are people who are calling for violence against Hasan now. Based on the lie. Now, for me personally, I would say if you're propagating these lies, I think you know what you're doing. I think you are, I know it, we can all see what you're doing, okay? You're raising the temperature, you're getting people to call for violence against Hasan, right? It's all muddying the waters. It's all trying to make this guy look as bad as possible, and trying to make other people who say similarly unhinged shit, okay, to the lies they're saying, they're basically trying to paint everybody else as, like, totally unhinged. Oh, everybody on the internet is all unhinged. Everybody's the same. It's all just a big muddy thing of unhinged crazy people who dox each other and call for the death of each other. Nope. No, it's not. It's not. That's not what's happening. You're lying. Stop lying. Stop trying to make it so everybody's like you. That's just you. You're the weird freaks. Everybody else is looking at you and seeing you as a weird freak, okay? Stop trying to pretend that any of us want to do this. We don't. Nobody else wants to do this shit. Fuck you.
The meta is now clips go viral on here and then get shared on Twitter. You even said in your original debate with them that she's not a legal target. These people are just making controversies for the fun of it. Yeah. Do you...
Oh God, the Ethan Ralph tweet, it goes way harder than I thought. Support for Ethan Klein is pivotal right now. Sorry, Ethan Klein? Hila Klein. Support for Hila Klein is pivotal right now. And Ralph comes in and says, nah, I'm good on that. Nah, I'm good on that. No, thank you. No, thank you. Nah, I'm good on that. Also, this whole thing is twisted. Hasan was talking about offing her back when she was in the military, which would have been perfectly moral and legal under international law since the IDF is an illegal occupying force. I don't know if that's true. Oh, and here's her record. And he just adds a Gatto Fumador tweet. Hila Klein served as the aide-de-camp to the commander of the IDF brigade, specifically tasked with conducting security operations, night raids, in and around the city of Ramallah. She planned and participated in the illegal forced disappearances of people from their homes. Now, I don't know how accurate that is. She was a part of some force that did night raids into Ramallah. She went on one, right? I don't know what her actual role was. I know she was a secretary. Man, I don't know how complicit she was. I'm not totally sure, okay? Yeah. I don't know how true any of that is. It's a Gato Fumador tweet, so I assume there's a lot of lies in here, okay? Just like when I see, you know, people saying that Hasan called for Hila Klein to get killed, when I see a Gato Fumador tweet, that's a huge flag. I'm like, oh, I think a lot of that's probably not true, actually. Gato is one of the most bad faith... Yeah, see, it's just people going after Gato. Do people not understand mandatory military service? I don't know. If they can mandatorily force you to go do night raids into Ramallah, then that's an issue that Israel needs to solve, okay? That is, like... I don't even... That's like threatening people to break international law based on a threat that you'll jail them. I think that's entirely on Israel. Hila did volunteer to go on this raid as well. But here's the thing. I don't believe Hila like did crazy shit on that raid. Gato is one of the most consistently bad faith people in this whole thing. Lies constantly. Hila didn't participate in the raid. She was asked to a singular ride along on a raid she didn't know the background of. She never planned anything either. Oh, you don't know any of that. I don't think she's spoken on any of that. I don't know what she did as a part of this, right? But I would say that I just don't believe it when I see Gato Fumador say it. She did go on a night raid. It seems like the Palestinians knew what those night raids meant, because I believe she's talked about how their car was getting hit with bullets as they drove into Ramallah, right? Her talking about it is in suggestions? Okay. Let's check it out. This is her talking about it. Well, I thought I'd seen her talk about it.
So one time I wanted to go with them just to experience it.
Why?
Let's
You
see.
just were all of a sudden had an urge?
I wanted to go just to experience it. So I already feel like we're too far forward here.
There's like a... I don't know the terms in English from the army.
Right.
It's
He
hard
was
to
a
translate.
officer.
So there was I was in Dukhifat, which is like a brigade, I guess, that's in charge of the area of Ramallah. And that brigade has like a main officer. So I was his secretary.
Okay, so you were...
Oh, so aide de camp is... I mean, people don't like the terms, but she is the secretary to the commander of the brigade. That's true.
right below the big boy. Cool.
So it was nice. It was
that come with-
interesting. It was more demanding in a way, but also kind of more rewarding because you're put in this weird situation where you're like, you're away from your house. You have this new group of people that you have to get along with. And it's hard to explain, but for some reason it was more interesting. I enjoyed it more.
You told me once you went on like a mission with them to like a terrorist city.
Yeah.
That was kind of a crazy
To like a terrorist city. The city of Ramallah.
story.
Yeah, so my officers and like the soldiers in that brigade, they would go every night on a raid
Right.
in Ramallah to arrest terrorists. And
Man, I'm sorry, but like, dude, I'm sorry. If you think that the IDF engages in some fucked up practices, then a brigade that does nightly raids into Ramallah, I'm sorry, you do nightly raids into Ramallah? I'm sorry, man. Those are probably some pretty cooked individuals, right? I think we can all agree. I don't know if she's like a psychopath, but people who are going into Ramallah every night, dude, come on, man.
So I always saw them preparing for it and leaving, and then I would stay in the base. So one time I wanted to go with them just to experience it.
Why? You just were all of a sudden had an urge to go with them?
I just wanted to see what it's like.
Right.
I wanted to see it.
Okay.
So they took me with them one night, even though they weren't supposed to.
Did they armor your ass up?
You're driving in this like jeep that's bulletproof.
Right.
So I was in the jeep, and then as soon as we entered Ramallah, the people in the city started shooting us.
Wow.
And I heard like a bullet hit the jeep like right next to my head.
Did it like dent or just
No,
you
you
heard
just hear it.
The gnarly armored jeep. Okay.
And I mean, it was
Like, okay, it's just, I still don't think she'd necessarily, I think she's probably somebody, and I'm going to grant a lot of charity here, okay? I think she's probably somebody who didn't really know exactly what was going on, okay? And I think if she'd been, like, captured, I don't think she'd be a valid target for violence. I think the vehicle possibly would have been a valid target for violence if it was driving in there every night, right? I think that's probably true. She's probably embellishing. I don't know if she's embellishing. I would believe they take pot shots at IDF vehicles with, like, AKs and shit. I totally believe that. But I don't know. I don't know if she knew exactly what was going on, man. Again, no proof she planned anything. I'm probably holding back from saying she's a valid target, but embellishing
This is
night
interesting.
raids. Sure.
They were so someone actually was shooting the car when you went in there right away.
Yeah,
Huh? Did you have a gun on you?
I didn't.
You were not supposed to leave.
No, yeah, not really. But even if I walked with them to one house.
Okay.
I did get out of the car once, but surrounded with them. So
Okay. Did they arrest anyone that night?
they did.
Did they bring it in the same car with you?
No.
Oh,
You
different
go.
car.
There's a few cars going.
Damn, that's crazy. Was it like? How did you feel? Was it horrifying?
It was strange. Very, very weird.
How so?
I don't know. Just you see people in the house, and then it's like the soldiers just walk into the house and look through their shit and find guns, and the whole thing is really surreal.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like, that sounds like she participated she was a tertiary participant in some pretty fucked up shit, okay? That seems to just be like a fact in this case. Do I think it sounds like she went on one raid and she probably could have easily gone on another one. It sounds like some shit happened where she was like, you know what? No thanks. You know what? One was enough for me. And she's probably not going to talk about the fucked up shit she saw, but like, you know what? One's enough for me, okay? No more. Sure sounds like she was doing work for the active combatants she joined into a raid with. She would have been aiding them. I think there's like an argument there that I disagree with, right? It's like, I would disagree with it. I would just disagree with it. But I don't think that's the same. I don't think that's even close to just calling for violence against Hila Klein, okay? I don't think reviewing this and looking through it is calling for violence against Hila Klein too. Unequivocally, we denounce any calls for violence, any violence that's done in the name of like internet coverage of fucking different personalities, right? You'd be fucking insane to think that anyone wants that. For one raid, she was a valid target. I think it depends. I said this, Black Ice. It depends on if she was like captured or if like I think the vehicle was a valid target. I think her squad mates seem to have been valid targets. I don't know if I think she was a valid target. And like if she got hurt in the course of them going after her squad mates or the car, I don't think that would be a problem, right? I don't think I would have like a lot of, I guess, what would you call it? Like criticism for that. But if she was captured or something, I would think, okay, that's like a secretary. You don't hurt that person. You like give them back to Israel. You ransom them back to Israel or something, right? Ransom is in like, hey, give us some like food and money or something. Like but you don't hurt people who aren't engaging in violence. And I'd say she's probably not in a mind state where she can even identify that violence correctly. I wouldn't say she's like blameless, but she's not like consciously to blame. Like she's not consciously doing something evil, in my opinion. Are you fucking retarded? She was doing a fucking ride-along. Hey, it sounds like she saw some shit, was pretty horrified by it, and like was like, no more. No thanks. Again, it is mandatory military conscription. It's possible, 10 Stone. It's possible. I'm just saying, man, I don't know. It's close. I think there's definitely an argument there, right? Over, if you just take Hila Klein's name out of it, you just put in like a secretary. Like the secretary of the commander of this unit that raids your shit every night. And she pops out in like a IDF uniform and armor or something, right? Is there like a moral wrong in targeting those people? I don't know. I don't know. Right? If you just remove Hila Klein from it, I get a little less hesitant to say, yeah, I mean, if she got shot at, it's probably whatever, right? Yeah. Yeah. But obviously, living in Bel Air with her kids, she's out of that entirely. She's not participating. I don't know that she ever did any actual violence to people. I don't know if she ever condoned it. And honestly, she grew up in Israel, and she grew up in Israel doing that mandatory service. She might not have even been able to tell that this was bad. She might have just totally believed that these people were terrorists. They're going to hurt them, right? Like, there's a certain amount of brainwashing that goes on if you live in Israel. Does it excuse, like, the more heinous acts? No. But does it excuse somebody being able to, like, justify their secretary job? Possibly, yeah. When we make it big, we should kick it in West Hollywood? Okay, Max. Hold on. Hold on. I was just gonna go Max POV's hanging out in West Hollywood, okay? And it's gonna be that guy that H3 reported on, the Hitler guy from Bel Air. That Hitler dude with the pig mask or whatever. That's Max hanging out in West Hollywood, okay? But I can't find a clip, so unlucky. The same people who cried about CPS. 5 minutes. I think that's different than CPS, to be honest. This is just wasting FBI resources, right? Like being a retard and wasting FBI resources. But it's different than the CPS thing. That's not getting like minors involved in some investigatory process. This is retarded, but it's like a different kind of retarded. They're both retarded, right? And I'd say this is slightly less retarded. Shouldn't waste the FBI's time with nonsense, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, are we going to... Wait, did I miss a Matt Slice message? I did earlier. Sorry, Matt Slice. Sorry, buddy. It's fucking Twitch chat, bro. Okay, we need to move on to the Asmongold stuff, okay? We're going to cover some Asmongold memes real quick. Let's check them out. I think we're on to the Asmongold stuff, yeah? Yeah, we are. Okay, we're going to watch actually quite a bit of Asmongold's coverage of this, all right? All right.
It's that simple. RP is...
I want to watch from the beginning, because I don't want to lie about what he says. I don't want to lie if he goes and finds context and he still has the same opinions, all right? I want to see it all. Let me see it all.
pretty big, man. You're right. It's huge, but it's not as big as the game itself. And that's my point. Hasan calls for the murder of Hila Klein.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. That seems fucking insane to just frame the clip that way. Seems pretty insane, pretty motivated. Kind of unfortunate.
Huh. That sounds pretty bad. Let's watch it.
Maybe we'll do the Roblox stuff.
Maybe, okay.
Maybe.
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is
Okay, before we start this, guys, I really appreciate the Twitch viewers today. But I'm gonna go over to Kick Only, okay? That's how we make the money, is Kick Only, alright? I'm gonna head over there. We're gonna be back on Kick. Okay, guys, head over to kick.com/JSTLK. I can't put the message in the chat for you, or I would, alright? Kick.com/JSTLK. If you're watching on Twitch, head over to Kick. Alright, we're gonna shut that down. We're gonna go Kick only for the rest of the stream. Have a good night, guys. Before we get really into the Asmongold stuff, okay? Boop, 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 boop. Turn off multi-stream. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Asmongold.
Okay.
matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly
I don't think you should be saying it's perfectly... Wait, let me finish.
moral. Okay? 100%.
He should not be saying that it's perfectly legal to do something that's not legal.
Uh-huh.
It's...
Asmongold just, like, reads the title and he's like, this is exactly what happened. Who can stream for this long and do that? Where you're like, oh, the title? That's what happened. How do you not know that every person who links you stuff is potentially retarded? Not a known retard, but, like, you can have good linkers, right? But everybody who links you shit is potentially retarded. How do you just read the title and you go, well, this is what happened. He calls for Hila Klein. Wait, why is he saying murdering Hila Klein is legal? What? Why would he say it's legal? That's weird.
not legal to do anything to a person because they were part of the IDF. It's just not true. Like,
he hasn't listened to the argument yet. Obviously, he watched this off stream and he's like responding,
you can
right?
say it's moral, that's fine. But like, I mean, I could disagree with that, but you should not be telling people it's legal to do this. That's crazy.
This is not like a black, if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay?
Yes.
100%. This is not like a black and this is not a gray area. This is black and white. Okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this.
Okay.
Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself.
Right.
And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in the Israelis. Doesn't matter if they're...
Wow. Man,
Wow. Oh boy.
that's crazy.
That's crazy, chat.
I mean, is he
The clip ends there. The clip does end there. Yes.
calling to? I mean, like,
against both.
is he calling that it's morally justified and it's legal to have an armed resistance against like Ethan's wife, Hila?
No. Not outside of a very specific context.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, chat.
He's using coded language to avoid directly saying it?
That's crazy, chat.
No, he's not.
That's crazy, chat.
Where's the code? There's no code.
There really isn't a code. There is no code. It is just obvious what's happening.
What do you mean? Where's the coded language?
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the
Yes, Alibaba, that is what he's saying. That is the least violent, probably most morally non-culpable person who could have participated in a raid into the West Bank, and they would still be a valid target, is his opinion.
Israeli
The damn
occupying
tweet
force.
Hassan is bad. Hassan is bad. Hassan is bad. Hassan is bad. Okay, we're gonna cool down Hassan is bad for a little bit, okay? We're gonna cool down.
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli
The damn tweet,
occupying
I'll look at
force
the minute.
in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like wife that participate in these raids. Doesn't matter if they're,
That's
DFL.
wow.
Oh, hold on.
Dump it.
Rob J. Hammond, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate it, dude. Guys, we are...
Abort.
What are we? We're looking like 6 subs away?
Dump it.
No. Hold on. Bad math. Just chill. We're 4 subs away. 4 subs away from another hour on the stream. Let's go. Thank you very much, Rob.
Wow. Armed resistance equals death? I mean, how else would you resist against a person? Yeah, I mean, calling for the death of somebody, right? Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that's great. That's really bad. That's super bad.
Did he just immediately go to Dan's Twitter? I feel like, is it not just obvious? To me, Dan is like totally destroying any reputation he could possibly have, right? Like now, if anybody comes back and wants to actually be truthful about this, by the way, this is why debate is bad, right? Because everybody who wants to debate that Hasan is clearly calling for Hila Klein to be killed, those people would all get totally run over in any conversation. Dan doesn't care? He does care, he just thinks he doesn't care, right? Because it's not happening to him broadly because he's got a huge community behind him who shout down anybody who criticizes him. But eventually, there's just a market for this, right? You know how the argument for COVID, there not being like a conspiracy to spread COVID or there not being a conspiracy to like do vaccines and stuff? There's like a market for information, okay? So the reason we don't think COVID vaccines are a conspiracy is because like Russia or China would be incentivized to expose that, right? In this case, people are going to be increasingly incentivized to expose the way Dan lies maliciously, the way like that community lies maliciously, the way they just write total fan fiction on people, right? It's just going to be more and more and more obvious over time. There's going to be a bigger market incentive for somebody to come along who's big and cannot get shouted down to go, oh, you guys are just like blatantly making shit up about people. We're just sitting here like farming until that happens, right? It will happen. It's obviously going to happen. No, Rick's Jelly, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. You're welcome to hop in the Discord if you don't understand it or disagree. The one that was bad was the Tom Cotton tweet, okay? That was way worse. That was way more ambiguous. That was way worse than any of this shit.
Holy shit. And this is the, okay, here we go. This is the better version.
And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in the West Bank.
Hold on.
Every
He was
type
full
of
screen
armed
because he's just watching it.
resistance
Oh!
against both the
There's a
settlers
30-second version. There's a 30-second version. Here's the high-quality edit of Hasan wishing for Hila's death, by the way. Asmongold really went, wait. This isn't this isn't edited enough for me, okay? This is giving me too much context. I need somebody to strip away more context so I can more clearly denounce Hasan. Oh, there's a 30-second version? Let's go. Let's go.
And also, the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay? It's just the truth. And
no, it's not. If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail. Why is he telling people this? Why would he be what is wrong with you?
Yeah, everybody knows that, retard, including Hasan. Hasan is not advocating for Hila Klein to be killed right now. Yeah, he's not saying it's legal. It turns out that Hasan didn't go live 5 days ago and say, actually, murder's legal in the state of California. Shocker, I know. It's crazy that Hasan, a guy with 20,000 viewers, isn't retarded enough to say, guys, if you murder this person, it's legal, actually. Yeah, he didn't do that. Huh. That's crazy. If that actually happened, why wouldn't you have heard about it when it happened? Dude, it's wild that people, just civilians and militants in the West Bank. It's not even civilians. It's armed settlers, because he's watching a documentary about armed settlers. He's talking about settlers, right? Illegal settlers in the West Bank. And the IDF, right? In the West Bank. Where they're illegally occupying the West Bank. This seems to be the case, okay? It seems to be what he's calling for.
Do you think he'll get banned for this? At this point, I don't think so. I think that Twitch just doesn't care. I do. I think that Twitch they're so ideologically captured by, like, I don't know what to do. I don't. He wants in on...
So I just want to point out that whoever told Asmongold that this is the case, whoever told him to go check out the Dan tweets, Asmongold, if you ever see this, you won't, but if you ever to see this, this person is using you and destroying your reputation, making you look like a complete fucking retard to anybody who cares to go and inform themselves. I hope you understand that whoever's getting you to do this, right? If anybody is pushing you towards these narratives right now, that person is clearly trying to fuck with your reputation. They're clearly trying to sewer you, all right?
In the lawsuit,
Asmon has a reputation. He does a little bit. He usually has a reputation for trying to be honest, right? That's he thinks he's the guy who's just trying to give his honest take, right? That's what he thinks. That's who I'm talking to, is Asmongold directly. You think you're the honest guy. You think you're the guy who just looks at the facts, right? Why wouldn't you gone and looked at a longer cut of this? What's going on here? I agree. Hasan did later clarify. No, he clarified it in the moment. OMFG's pro. You're too retarded to understand. Again, you just always come in here and you're like too moronic to understand. Go watch the full clip. He's only talking about it in the West Bank. There is 0%, okay? 0% chance that anybody who's not malicious, okay? That anybody who's remotely intelligent and not malicious could look at this clip and say, oh, he's advocating for Hila Klein to be attacked in California. You'd have to be so stupid. And I don't think most of you are that stupid, okay? Most of the people who argue this, they're not that stupid. They're just going to propagate whatever lie they can about Hasan because they hate him. That's you, OMFG's pro. You hate Hasan so much, you will do anything. You don't care. You'll just lie as much as you want.
Yes, so. I mean, like, he's making a direct call for violence. A direct and immediate call for violence against people that are American citizens.
Yeah, this is so unfathomably fucking retarded. My God. This is the best commentator in America right now, okay? This is the biggest commentator for politics. Is a guy who can't even be bothered to go find any context on this and just says the most retarded shit imaginable. My God, dude.
That's insane. Oh my God. Yeah, now you come to that conclusion. Well, I mean, no, I've said that before. I mean, I have. And so, yeah, make a post like with Alpha Mike. Let's share it. Yeah, I think that's something Ethan should report to the FBI.
This isn't even reckless. This isn't even close to reckless. It only looks reckless when you strip the context away from it. That's the only time it can look reckless, is if you maliciously cut the context away to make people think he's saying something he's not saying. You have to lie to make it even reckless. It's still not a direct call, but to even make it reckless, you have to lie.
Honestly, yeah. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think that, like, I mean, at this point, like, you have, like, it's domestic terrorism. Yeah, I mean, report what? Report that you have a person that's on a platform that's making an open call for violence and insinuating that one specific person should be a victim to that. Do you really think so? Let me go ahead and let's actually evaluate what he said and think if it's a threat or not. If he...
This is a pointless exercise without watching the, like, additional context, okay?
Said that about Donald Trump.
Completely pointless exercise.
Would the Secret Service be at his house?
You can't say this about Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't serve in the IDF.
Yes. That's right. Everybody knows this. So the reason why is because it's a threat.
Rick's Jelly, you're stripping, again, you're just stripping. You can say, oh, well, really retarded people might say Republicans should kill Rick Scott if they really truly believe this. Anybody anybody that could take that statement and go, Hasan wants me to kill Rick Scott, is so stupid that it doesn't matter who they listen to, they'll eventually go do violence on somebody's behalf anyway. That person is just dumb. I assume, Rick, that you are not that dumb, that you are capable of understanding what Hasan is saying there, right? That it's conditional. If Republicans sincerely believed that government fraud was bad, they would kill Rick Scott, is a statement that is conditional on something that doesn't exist. Republicans don't give a shit about American fraud or government spending fraud. Because if they did, they would do something about Rick Scott. Now, he goes aggressive there, but he clearly is not. The whole point is he's criticizing Republicans for not caring about fraud in government spending. He's speaking to Mike Johnson specifically? I forgot that part, but yes. It's like entirely conditional. Yes. Well, I mean, Rick Scott was already a prominent member of the GOP.
Everybody knows it's a threat. It's not implied. It's not insinuated. It's stated. He says it. Yeah, in 30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Hasan used her as an example. I know that. Yes, that's exactly it. He has said it about Trump. Well, no, he hasn't said that. And he definitely has said if you're in the West Bank.
Sodnik, thank you for the 5 gifted. Let's go. It's another hour on the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 hours, 33:12. Based. Thank you very much.
Just Palestinian territory? No. Well, no, because he said former.
PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area.
Yeah.
This is black and white. Okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this.
And he's also, he said former, number one. He did.
Okay, so we called this out in the actual clip. I didn't watch Asmongold do this, but I got told after the fact that he did. I said, anybody who takes that former piece, okay, former Fatah members, and they think that that's Hasan clearing Israelis for violence, you are too stupid to comment on anything to do with Israel-Palestine. Please, please, please uninstall whatever app you made your comment on and leave the internet. Walk away in shame, okay? Now, I'm not shaming anybody who just doesn't know what Fatah is, okay? You cannot know what Fatah is. But if you're going to go and criticize Hasan's point here, right, not understanding that, you should leave. You should go away.
Number
yes.
two.
Asmongold does not understand that when he says former Fatah members, he is saying even if it was former Fatah terrorists, even if it's somebody who took over a fucking airplane, all right? Even if it was that, I still wouldn't care if they were doing violence on Israeli settlers or the IDF in the West Bank or Gaza Strip. That would still be justified.
Cool. Not only did he say former, but he stated her by name, and she was formerly in the military. There's no talking around this, right? I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean,
so Asmongold just doesn't understand. Asmongold's a complete fucking moron. Asmongold totally dropped the ball here. I wish I could say something that was unique commentary about Asmongold, but everybody's been saying this. Basically, every time this motherfucker opens his mouth for 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 months now, this guy just keeps putting his foot in his fucking mouth. Hey, retard, do 30 seconds of work and look into this. It's not hard.
And there you go. When he said someone has to do it, talking about assassinating the president, well, I don't know when he said that. I'd have to go back and see. But, yeah, there you go. Podcaster's wife. Yeah. Tag Ethan. Oh, Ethan probably already knows about this. It's not like it's a big secret or anything like that. But, yeah. Let me go back. I'll see if there's any more posts about this. And State of Palestine is not recognized by the United States, so wouldn't Palestinians legally be expected to follow Israeli law?
Would be nice if political influencers in general would be just a little less bloodthirsty. Sure, call it the ones who are bloodthirsty, right? Go call those people out. Make some noise calling those people out for being the pieces of shit that they are, right? Go after those people. But don't let those people muddy the waters and say everybody's like this now or it's just the environment. If you think this is just the environment, you are brainwashed right now. Almost nobody is doing this, right? Nobody is doing this. Hasan has justified violence against Israelis outside of the West Bank. I swear to God, if you say something retarded, like with regards to that embassy shooting, you have to go Kogan style. So please be careful with whatever you say next, where he was justifying violence against Israelis broadly outside of the West Bank. Please just be very careful. Please.
I have no idea. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, this man could shoot a human being on stream and get away with it. Yeah, and so what I think is crazy about this is that like, this has been a problem, I think, that...
He justified October 7th. No, he said October 7th was obviously going to happen, which is a useless fucking statement, but he didn't justify it. He didn't say it was okay to go shoot those people, right? He didn't say it was okay to go shoot those civilians. I believe he said it was okay to attack Israeli military installations, and I have a hard time disagreeing with that point, okay?
This problem has been escalating over time. And I think that especially ever since October 7th, I think that Hasan has basically gotten more...
Said it didn't happen in a vacuum. Yes, that is saying it was obviously going to happen. Everybody with 2 brain cells to rub together to create a spark knows that it was inevitable. Knows that you can't put people in those situations. You can't keep people pinned up or penned up like that and not have that shit happen. Of course there was going to be a terrorist attack. Of course I denounce it, but of course it was going to happen. Both of those things, those aren't mutually exclusive at all. You can believe both of those things very easily.
And more extreme. And is he facilitating terrorism in his chat? Is he promoting terrorism? Well, it's undeniable that he promotes terrorism. This is an
Oh, we've reached step like 8 in the retard playbook now. Do you think Hasan doesn't believe it was justified? I can only go off of the statements he's made. I believe he thinks the attacks on Israeli military installations were justified. I believe he thinks the attacks on civilians broadly were not justified. And if you have statements that contradict that, go ahead and send them to me, okay?
Undeniable objective fact.
No, Rick's Jelly, you're engaging in, like, this retarded sophistry where people, like, ask these stupid fucking questions instead of actually asking intelligent questions. Well, what do you believe he thinks? What do you think he thinks? I believe, based on the statements I've seen, I gave you my position already, right? What he thinks. And beyond that, you're like, well, don't you think in his heart of hearts he really thinks it's all justified? You're asking me to just mind read negative intent into him. I have no interest. It's such a fucking useless exercise. Yeah, so step 9 is OMFG, he's pro, coming in and saying, Hasan supports Second Thought, and Second Thought thinks that it's based. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, he has friends who are idiots. Many of us are cursed with this. Oh, fuck!
What am I doing that's disgusting?
Now I just clicked forward. I'm so annoyed now.
It's that simple.
Wasn't paying attention with my stupid fucking trackpad here.
Well, no.
Pull a big Dan here.
I watch some
and so
Destiny shit.
Mike, let's share it. Yeah, I think that's something Ethan should report to the FBI.
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't want to go to the FBI
against
part yet.
people that are American citizens.
He's not.
That's
not
insane.
calling for violence against American citizens.
Oh my god. Yeah, now you come to that conclusion. Well, I mean, no, I've said that before. I mean, I have. And so, yeah, make a post like...
You know who did? Tom Cotton. Oh, well, Hasan totally did it back, and it's totally shit that Hasan did it back. Hasan did basically say you should kill Tom Cotton. That is what Hasan did, and he did it in a coded way. By the way, when Hasan is saying you should kill somebody, he's too much of a pussy to say that directly. We've seen how he does it with Tom Cotton. Okay? He did say, go kill Tom Cotton. That is what he said. Now, you can argue Tom Cotton was saying, pretty easily, that Tom Cotton was saying, just run over these protesters. Right? But he did call for that guy's death, and that's how he does it. He doesn't do it out in the open. He's too much of a pussy.
With Alpha Mike, let's share it. Yeah, I think that's something Ethan should report to the FBI. Honestly, yeah.
That's the Shinzo Abe tweet,
I'm gonna be real. Like, I think that, like,
honestly, yeah, you should totally report this guy to the FBI. I haven't looked into it yet, but you should totally report this guy to the FBI. Now, this is malicious. Now, honestly, hold on. Let's see.
Ruben donated $3. Why does Asmongold's brain keep trying to say occlusion? Freudian slip much?
Sure. Thank you, Ruben. Okay, hold on, though. Now, here's the thing with Asmongold. And I'm asking, because I don't know, at what point does this become defamation per se? That you're refusing to look into this at all. You're saying he said something he didn't say, that he clearly didn't say if you look into it, right? Could Hasan not say that this is defamation per se? You're accusing him of a crime, that he is actually calling for violence against Hila Klein, when he is clearly not. Like, actively, currently calling for violence right now, approximately, against Hila Klein. To me, that seems like... Isn't threatened defamation against people like a total bitch? Well, hold on. I would say you should just say, Asmongold, you should actually take this back. Like, I didn't go to commit a crime here, and you're accusing me of committing a crime, telling your audience to report me to the FBI. That's crazy. It would have to be a complete statement of fact? Well, what does he want Hasan to be reported to the FBI for?
Like, I mean, at this...
He said he's advocating for violence against American citizens. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what's happening here. No, not for defamation per se. If you're accusing somebody of a crime... who said this? This is Neosick. I believe if you're accusing somebody of a crime, if you're saying you have committed a crime, this crime, I believe that is defamation per se. You can't do that without knowing they've committed it. It doesn't have the same bar as just defamation of a public figure.
At this point, like, you have... Like, it's domestic terror. Yeah, I mean, report what? Report that you have a person that's on a platform that's making an open call for violence and insinuating that one specific person should be a victim to that. Do you really think so? Let me go ahead and let's actually evaluate what he said and think if it's a threat or not. If he said that about Donald Trump, would the Secret Service be at his house? Yes. That's right. Everybody knows this. So the reason why is because it's a threat. Everybody knows it's a threat. It's not implied. It's not insinuated. It's stated. He says it. Yeah, in 30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Hasan used her as an example. I know that. Yes, that's exactly.
Dude. It's like just lying. It's just throwing like feet out for... It's just disgusting watching it happen in real time to somebody else. All right?
He has said it about Trump? Oh, no, he hasn't said that. And he technically has said if you're in the West Bank, which is Palestinian territory, no. Well, no, because he said former.
PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area.
Yeah.
This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this.
And he's also
which I didn't expect.
What? Oh, shit. I accidentally clicked on a Dicker's VOD apparently when I just reloaded YouTube.
He
to see
said
who's online
former,
right now.
number one.
See if
He
anyone's
did.
streaming.
No
one's streaming.
Two,
What the fuck?
Not only did he say former,
Where'd the boys
but
go?
he stated her by name, and she was formerly in the military.
Well, technically not by name, but yes. No, it was a Dicker's VOD that I'd watched yesterday or something.
There's no talking around this, right? I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, there you go. When he said someone has to do it, talking about assassinating the president, well, I don't know when he said that. I'd have to go back and see. But, yeah, there you go. Podcaster's wife. Yeah. Tag Ethan. Oh, Ethan probably already knows about this. It's not like it's a big secret or anything like that. But, yeah. Let me go back. I'll see if there's any more posts about this. And State of Palestine is not recognized by the United States, so wouldn't Palestinians legally be expected to follow Israeli law? I have no idea. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But, anyway, this man could shoot a human being on stream and get away with it. Yeah, and so what I think is crazy about this is that, like, this has been a problem. I think that this problem has been escalating over time. And I think that especially ever since October 7th, I think that Hasan has basically gotten more and more and more extreme. And is he facilitating terrorism in his chat? Is he promoting terrorism? Well, it's undeniable that he promotes terrorism. This is an undeniable objective fact. He puts it out there and he says that he's 10 toes down and he supports it. I mean, like, this is not... Hasan isn't a terrorist, but he promotes terrorists. And so, why is this even...
People just build up a narrative, right? He supports people who will support anybody who's being occupied, anybody who is undergoing a genocide. That's his narrative. That's his argument, right? It's just so lazy. It's just so lazy. It's so lazy. You say fatwa? He might have. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out where we're going next with this, okay? What are we doing here? We're looking at... I'm probably going to go and look at the Hasan reacting back to him with regards to the FBI thing. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids, the violence that the Palestinians...
No. Sorry, this is a stupid clip. I meant to pull up this one. Hasan reacting back to it.
Illegal occupying force is...
This is the one we want, right here.
Literally legal. Definitionally legal. Okay? It's just the truth. And...
No, it's not. If somebody attacks
Hila
or Klein, they're gonna go to jail.
Yeah, no shit, you fucking moron. I'm talking about her participation in an illegal raid in the West Bank. Oh, God. No, it's not. Yeah, of course if someone were to...
Like, people legitimately are arguing. Asmongold here is arguing, well, did Hasan just say that murder is legal in the state of California? I'm pretty sure Hasan just said murder is legal and morally right in the state of California. I think he just said that, actually.
Attack Hila Klein right now. Of course they should go to jail. What kind of fucking idiocy is this? Oh my God.
Why is he telling people this? Why would he be what is wrong with you? Do you think he'll get banned for
He is wrong. I know many people are not going to like it, but he is wrong here. Why would you say that, Hasan? Why would you say that?
At this point, I don't think so. I think that Twitch just doesn't care. I do. I think that Twitch they're so ideologically captured by...
Yeah, Twitch is so woke. That's why they fucking never ban your bitch ass, dude.
Hasan's so bad at responding here. Hasan should just point out how stupid Asmongold looks and say, if you want to talk about this, come on my stream and talk about it, right? That's all you got to do, right? That's it.
I don't know if they're actually intentionally obtuse or they're...
Salty McNulty, I fully support the Kyla Maxwell memes now. I didn't support them in like the first week after it came out. I didn't support the commentary people in saying it. I would correct them on my stream. That's like the whole thing, right? Yeah, like I didn't think that was a good narrative. Turns out I was wrong though. I was totally wrong. That was a great narrative. That was actually exactly what was going on.
This stupid. Hasan, he's not misreading you by mistake. He's moving the conversation to something that makes you look bad. Yeah, of course. I know. I understand. I mean, or maybe he's that stupid. I don't know. He's definitely that stupid.
Like, I don't know what to do.
If Asmongold doesn't look at the longer context, he is just malicious,
Ruben
right?
donated $3. Remember in Back to the Future 2 when Marty gets the almanac back from Biff after his dad knocks him out and that one random guy said, I think he took his wallet. He took his wallet. That's Asmongold.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ruben, but thank you for the 3. I'm sure some people will get that, and it'll be really awesome for them.
I don't. He wants in on the lawsuit? I guess so. I mean, like, he's making a direct call for violence. A direct and immediate call for violence against people that are American citizens. That's insane. Oh my god. Yeah, now you come to that conclusion. Well, I mean, no, I've said that before. I mean, I have. And so, yeah, make a post like with Alpha Mike. Let's share it. Yeah, I think that's something Ethan should report to the FBI.
I think if Asmongold won't come out and admit he was like totally wrong on this, and it's like obvious he's totally wrong, then fails the Brandenburg test, even if it was exactly how they're stating it. Sure, but if he won't come out and admit he was totally wrong on this, then he's like totally malicious too. What did Kyla say for the Kyla Maxwell thing to be valid? Everyone in chat know what she said. It's not her statements, it's her lack of statements, Nix. It's her total lack of moral principle. It's her failure to act, right? She said she disavowed Destiny, that she stepped away from him professionally. I don't think there's any evidence she did. In fact, now she's saying she's just 50-50 partners with him in some endeavor, right? Like they're business partners again? I don't think any of the facts are on the ground have changed at all, and Kyla is just totally back with him. That's why it's Kyla Maxwell.
FBI? Honestly? Yeah.
Bro, this fucker has the most
love to see
whiny way
evidence
of
they did,
speaking. It's
Cooney.
so blatantly fake.
I've not seen it, but other than her statements.
Why does it matter being against American citizens? Am I missing something? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's even trying to imply there. It is pretty crazy, though. It's going to get you even more lost souls to convince the more jingoistic they go. Don't give them the satisfaction or even being seemingly worked up. They get even more feral. You've done nothing wrong. No, I know. I think he's just trying to throw shit at a wall to see what sticks.
Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think that, like, I mean, at this point, like, you have, like, it's domestic terror. Yeah, I mean, report what? Report that you have a person that's on a platform that's making an open call for violence and insinuating that one specific person should be a victim to that.
I mean, we just watched, like, the Roblox shit, right? Of online communities that are like radicalized to do random acts of violence, and here you have
this is gay, but why did Hila get mentioned in the first place? Because Hasan's saying that no matter how nice or normal the IDF seems, any IDF member engaging in any operations in the West Bank is a valid target for violence. Even if it was Hila Klein being a ooh, I'm small bean secretary on that night raid, she would have been a valid target. It totally maps on. It's the most innocent version of an IDF member who's engaged in those operations he can think of, and it's a dig at his enemies. That's 100% valid in every possible way, and if you're too stupid to understand that, that's fine. But, like, why would I hold Hasan to a bar that, like, nobody else meets, right? Should he just never mention Hila? Maybe mentioning Hila in any context could be considered bad if Hila totally removes herself from the stuff, says, I don't want any part of this drama, I don't want any part of this, I'm getting out, I'm out, right? If she said that, that's fine. It's a dig at Ethan? Yes, but nothing else I said is incorrect there. It's a dig at Ethan that fits perfectly into what he's being said. Or, sorry, what he's saying. I don't know, just seems like a dead horse getting beaten. No, it was funny. It was funny.
Destiny's community actively pushing.
It fits into his point, totally. And he is like, he's correct in making the point. Fits into his point totally. And it's funny. And he's taking a dig at people who constantly take digs at him, who just said on their stream like 2 days ago that he's like, what, sending nudes to minors or something? Or getting nudes from minors or something? They basically called him like a pedophile. How in the fuck is he in the wrong here? Are you kidding me?
Like, Destiny using his community to actively come after me in a violent way. Streamer Destiny.
Honestly, I honestly think you could perfectly justify attacking / killing Hasan IRL for statements like this. Yep. Yup. Wow.
Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II is attempting to incite his audience to attack, kill Hasan Piker in real life for arguing that Palestinians should be allowed to defend themselves against war criminals breaking into their homes to kidnap them in the middle of the night.
You know what? I should be nicer to the people who don't understand this, okay? I can explain this very kindly to any of these people. I really should be nicer to them. I should be a lot nicer to them, okay? That's my bad. I should be more kind to you. I should just go, you know what? If you want to come on the stream, you want to talk about it, I'll walk you through it very nicely, okay? I don't have to be an asshole, all right? Maybe you just misunderstand. Maybe you just misunderstand.
Honestly, I think you could perfectly justify attacking, killing Hasan for IRL statements like this. People are saying, Destiny is just so far beyond the pale, it's actually unbelievable. Pepe, say less. Put me in. Cinema. Destiny, say no more. Salute. Okay, never mind. I'm re-googling all this shit because I was under the impression that heritability literally just refers to general pattern observed between parent option. Okay. Destiny, holy shit, does this grant me moral authority to do it? Will Asmongold talk about how unacceptable this is? Probably not. Considering that he himself is talking about how this should be like my accurate assessment of international law in the process of an illegal raid that an occupational force is conducting on an occupied peoples that is illegally occupied is what he perceives as a death threat. I fucking hate this industry, man. It really sucks.
By the way, I'm sure all of the DGGers are very upset that Destiny's leaning into, like, actually overtly calling for violence, right? I'm sure everybody there is very mad, right? I'm sure everybody here is very mad about this. I'm sure if I go to DGG, they'll go, Destiny, this is a bridge too far! You just said you could justify killing Hasan for this! Oh, but hold on, wait. Hold on. I honestly think you could perfectly justify attacking such killing Hasan IRL for statements like this. Now, if you called him on this, he would unironically go, you know what, but I didn't say I would, I didn't say I do. I'm just thinking you probably could, maybe. Yeah, exactly, Osel. Yeah, exactly. We can all see it. It's just funny. It's just funny.
Will Asmongold talk about how unacceptable this is? Probably not. Considering that he himself is talking about how this should be like my accurate assessment of international law in the process of an illegal raid that an occupational force is conducting on an occupied peoples that is illegally occupied is what he perceives as a death threat. I fucking hate this industry, man. It really sucks.
Dude, he sounds so fucking defeated. The song goes too far. Song goes too far. Wow. Crazy shit. Go watch the VOD. Wait, go watch what VOD? Whose VOD? We're gonna get through a lot more clips on this, guys. Don't worry. There's like a lot of other shit. Sounds defeated? Yeah, he does sound defeated. Dude, I fucking hate this place. Okay, what do we got next? We could still probably go through more Asmongold stuff. I'm hoping at some point, is there not a point here where Asmongold gets sent to some shit? Food slops in the algo? No, that's morale, right? Food Shops wants to touch kids. Proof. That's morale, bro. That's morale. Did you see Deorio's correction clip? I did, and I said Nicholas is better than everybody. I think it's incumbent on you to go and explain to people like why this lie is going around, what's going on here. Call out the people who are lying, who are just propagating that lie, right? I think so. But Nick is doing so much better than everybody else that it's hard to have too much heat for him. Although I am kind of annoyed that he will amplify and then not unretweet the or fucking delete his amplification of the same narrative, right? There's like something there that kind of annoys me, but whatever, dude. Whatever, man. Okay. From retard to retard. Okay, well, we're going all across the internet. We got all the dummies. We got them all lined up. Hasan calls for the death of Ethan Klein's wife, Tectone. Now, here's the thing. I think Tectone sometimes knows to go look for context on clips, right? I think he does. So I'm interested to see if he knows to do it here. I'm interested to see if he'll engage, if he'll do anything like that. Could be interesting. It's either remove post about it. What is this? What is this? What is this? Can D-Man explain this? Comes off as incredibly unhinged to make these statements. 4 hours ago. 30% upvoted. Deleted thread. Let's see. Let's see. Your comment has been posted. A comment or post has been removed for violating Rule 7. Overly harsh, rude, or dramatic comments. Yeah, guys, isn't it a little too far to call for this guy's death? You're being dramatic. You're being dramatic and rude right now. Excuse me. No, you're just being dramatic and rude. That's it. You're just being dramatic and rude. Hold on. Do we have to do it? I might have to do it. I'm telling Relly to hop on. Relly can come hop on. We'll talk about it. I don't know what Relly's position is yet, but we'll check it out, okay? I told him to hop on, because I just saw a tweet. Hold on, maybe I should just respond on Twitter real quick. Let me go respond to him on Twitter. All right, I'll leave a reply for him. Sorry, we'll start on the Tectone thing. I'm getting some caffeine. Give me 2 seconds.
Up for the piggies, and this one, I shit you not, if you saw the title and the thumbnail, Hasan has called for the death of Ethan Klein's wife. This shit is crazy. I have yet to see this clip yet, but the headlines are true. Let's listen to this shit, what Hasan just said live in front of 40,000. Wait, let me be completely correct here. How many viewers? Hasan said this live in front of 23,000 viewers. Hasan calling for the death of H3's wife.
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%.
Okay, there's no way, right? Hold on. Oh, that's his music. Jesus.
This is
Tectones
not a
music
gray
sucks.
area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually
retarded response
in
now
an
too.
apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank, 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in the Israelis. Doesn't matter.
So, because there's a war in Israel and Palestine, Hasan says it's completely fine for you to go and kill Hila Klein because in her past, she was a part of the ID.
I didn't even notice how insidious that is. Like, I'm actually having a hard time even hating the clipper on this, okay? The clipper on this one might be inspired a little bit because they're just freely pointing out how so many people who comment on this shit are too stupid to even go and educate themselves in any way. So many fucking people do not understand what Fatah is. There are just a bunch of influencers who don't get it even remotely. They don't know what Fatah is. They don't even try, right?
Has since retired, had a family, migrated to another country.
Oh, Rodimus, if you haven't caught up, this is totally disingenuously clipped, and it is not what he's saying at all. And it's very obvious what he's saying, and we're gonna go and do some counter propaganda, I guess. We're gonna have to go fight propaganda on this one. They don't even know what the West Bank is. They probably don't.
And has done nothing besides her required military service. Hasan is saying that you should be allowed, and it's perfectly legal, to go kill Ethan's wife.
Yes, Hasan Piker is arguing right now that it is legal in the state of California to go to Bel Air and apparently kill Ethan Klein's wife. That's something Hasan Piker would do. Yup, sure. Believable. So believable, guys. How do these people... I personally, when I'm saying something insane like that, I have to stop, walk back, and think again about like what I'm trying to say, right? I have to like go and think about it. Because I can't Okay, I can't just say something crazy like that and not like try to take a step back and say in a vacuum, is the thing I'm saying insane? Do I really think Hasan would say that? And you have to wonder how you get to the place where you're so brainwashed that you'd believe somebody would make that statement, like a massive streamer would make that statement, right? But it's not even remotely there for him or Asmongold.
So because Ethan Klein's wife had forced military service obligations, he believes that you should be allowed to go kill her. Guys, this is insane. This is fucking psychotic. I'm actually shocked this was even said live on the platform. And the worst thing is, I don't think he's gonna get banned at all. Why would he say that? Because he's retarded. You know what?
People in his chat are like, wait, why would that? Wait, are you sure that happened?
No, even more than that, he's just a horrific, horrible human being.
How is it disingenuously clipped, though? Are you asking me this? The disingenuous clipping is leaving the former Fatah militants part in there? I'm saying that that's left in there, right? Intentionally. I believe. So, like, I'm saying I have a hard time hitting the clipper. I think they might have left that in there knowing that none of these people actually know what Fatah is and that they think that Hasan is saying former IDF militants and they think Fatah is like maybe a division of the IDF or some shit, right? I'm saying that's inspired from the clipper if you want to make it look bad, right? But it's also cut from the context of he's watching a documentary on the West Bank. He is saying violence by Palestinians in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip is justified against the occupying force. That is the context that is cut from this clip.
I cannot imagine calling for the death of someone's wife in front of your radicalized audience saying it's perfectly legal and perfectly moral to go kill Ethan's wife. Guys, he literally just had a call to action telling his entire audience to kill Ethan's wife and said it's completely fine.
Dude, these people are so fucking stupid! They're so fucking stupid! My life is, I feel like I must be in the Truman Show, and there's like somebody who is just slowly making it clear that everybody who's like online is, they're like, we're gonna put this guy in a career, and we're gonna make the dumbest human beings totally successful in that career. Yep. Now watch him react to these people, say the dumbest things possible, and then we're gonna give them money. And we're not gonna give him money, we're gonna give them money. I'm in the Truman Show, okay? It's fucking crazy. This is crazy!
Do we understand how dangerous this is?
Fatah is, oh god, I don't want to fuck this up. Is it that Fatah is the, what the PLO is a part of? Fatah is like I want to say a political organization, right? In Palestine that like it was made up of multiple parties and the PLO was like the biggest party in Fatah, right? That's my guess. Let's check it out. Officially, the Palestinian National Liberation Movement is a Palestinian nationalist and social democratic party. It is the largest faction of the Confederated Multi-Party Palestinian Liberation. Oh, other way around. It is the largest party in the PLO. The PLO is the organization, and Fatah is the largest party, of which Yasser Arafat and now Mahmoud Abbas are the leaders of. We're the leaders of. Got it. Other way around. Fuck me. Other way around. Well, at least I knew it was Palestinian, okay? At least I'm not that much of a dummy.
Guys, the worst thing is, this was from 4 days ago.
That's how you know it didn't happen, by the way. That's how you know it didn't happen. Because so many people listen to this and were like, and trust me, Hasan's got hate watchers, okay? Hasan's got tons of hate watchers. So many people listened to this and said, there's nothing wrong with that statement. That's how you know it's trumped up. That's how you know that you should look deeper. That it was 4 days ago.
He never got banned for this. This was 4 days ago. Encouraging his entire audience to go kill a streamer's wife. When I got banned for 2 weeks for calling Frogan fat and Denim's a whore, both of which they are.
I just want to watch Tectone cover the broader context and see what happened, okay? Nicholas responded to Tectone, I think, was it a Tectone quote tweet? I think he quote tweeted Tectone and said, hey, just so you know, this is like the actual context here, right? And it's so sad that they have to go, oh, well, this is the context, and like maybe he's a little reckless. Dude, how about you were a little reckless in propagating this narrative without even looking at all? You just go retweet, you just go quote tweet and say, oh, it's so bad that this is happening. Oh, online sphere is crazy right now. How about you were a little reckless, okay? Now people are calling for Hasan's death, and you participate in that.
I'm actually shocked. I hope to God there's some background music this fucking video, because there's gonna be a lot of dead air, because I'm fucking shocked. I genuinely cannot believe. I genuinely cannot believe this is on this platform.
I have no idea, Abrupter. It's just sad. It's fucking disgusting.
This is crazy. Oh my God.
You know what? What's his name? Is it, Bijani, the guy who runs Kick, okay? That guy's Muslim. Can we get that guy? I need an oiler, okay? I need somebody to fund. We have to fix the internet, okay? Oh, what's his name? Is it Tijan? His last name's Bijani. Bijan Tehrani. God damn it. I got his name totally backwards. My bad. Come on, man. You gotta start funding this whole sphere of the internet, because we need some truth in the world, okay? We need somebody who's gonna actually go and evaluate shit like this and actually care about just telling the truth. I need someone to step up, okay? This is crazy.
So, would it be completely fine for me to say, Hasan,
no, he's a self-made millionaire as far as I know.
It's perfectly legal, and it's so black and white for you to be killed because you support terrorism? Are we crazy here? This shit is nuts. By the U.S. government. Well, guys, I bet you nothing will come from this. I don't know if you guys are shocked.
He's already gotten to the point where they won't even punish Hasan for this. It's so clear he did it. They won't even punish him for it.
As I am, but that's fucking disgusting. Here's Ethan Klein's reaction to Hasan calling for the death of his wife, and we're just gonna read it. So if I started saying,
oh, nice. We have the Ethan Klein reaction built in. Let's go.
Shit like Hasan is a Hamas propagandist and therefore a legit military target, which I do not believe, everyone is gonna be okay with that. This is the fourth time a leftist Twitch streamer has explicitly called for me or Hila's death. Nobody has been reprehended for these death threats by Twitch, not once. For comparison on YouTube...
Reprehended? Reprimanded? Reprehended.
Bad Empanada played an FPS game where you play as a Hamas and murder Israelis.
You know what's fucked up? It's fucked up. Okay, I just saw a Ralph reaction in chat. It's fucked up when Ethan Ralph is having more informed, more accurate takes than 99% of Twitch and YouTube streamers, okay? That's the world we live in right now. Where Ethan Ralph is the voice of reason. That's the world.
He simulated murdering Hila in a game, and as a result, caught a week-long suspension. He hasn't wished death on either of us on YouTube since then, since he knows there are repercussions for making death threats on YouTube. Twitch, what the fuck are we doing? Genuinely. Twitch, what the fuck are we doing? Dude, this is like, I try to make like
oh, wait. That thread we were pulling up from before, I'm just gonna go look at it real quick, comment from it. This is about Destiny calling for Hasan's death, saying you could make that argument, and we said how people would try to defend it, right? What exactly is unhinged about this? He's saying he feels like someone could use whatever it is as a justification for violence. He's not calling for violence or suggesting someone should. Okay. By the way, with Destiny, unfortunately for Destiny, I've watched him go through stuff like this, and I've watched this done to him enough that I know that he knows exactly what's happening here, right? That he knows that, like, Hasan's being taken out of context. He probably has looked at the broader context himself, right? And he knows exactly what's happening. He knows exactly the lies. He is malicious. He is totally malicious when he does this. Destiny and Dan know they don't care? Basically, yes. They're just totally maliciously lying. Totally writing fan fiction, okay? Creative writing exercise. It's crazy.
Been happening.
I think this is why you're seeing, by the way, whoops, wrong video. We were going back to the Tectone video. This is why you're seeing the brain drain from DGG, why it's like all dumb people and why they can't do like ops the same way they used to. It's just all fucking stupid people now. Just got here. Better not be any dog whistling going on or I'm going to tell Willie Mac show. Thank you. Max already did his dog whistling spray. You missed it, okay? Max was here, he did his dog whistling, and now he's moved on. Isn't this that exactly one-to-one to what they claim Hasan said? He didn't say people should kill Hila Klein. Sure, that could be one-to-one with what they said as well. Dude, it's all...
Content out of these clips.
It's goofed, man.
And, like, make it funny. But, like, this is beyond psychotic.
I didn't even cover the whole comment. Fuck! Sorry, hold on. I gotta back up. I didn't cover the whole comment. Whoops. Nah, bro. He's not calling for violence or suggesting someone should. -2, by the way. This person is making a justification for violence so broad that it would also apply to them. No, I don't think that is a call for violence at all. Specifically mentions Hasan. Bro, nah, it was so broad. Are you literally retarded? Dude, -6. Dude, there are only, like, total morons left in this community. This is fucking insane. This is like, DGG's been, like, Operation Paperclipped. Like, all of the remotely intelligent people who were there are just gone. It's wild.
Out of these clips and, like, make it funny. But, like, this is beyond psychotic. This transcends a funny meme or a joke I can make. Guys, these are people's lives that streamers are calling for the ending of. You cannot. Now, once again, if you want to tell someone to kill...
This is so lazy. This is so lazy. This is so lazy, disgusting. With Tectone, I know he's just too lazy to actually go and look into this at all, right?
Themselves, that's not a threat. That's a suggestion. You can't tell your chat to go kill someone. It's legal and it's the good thing to do. Like, that's...
Yeah, no shit, retard! I guarantee you, if he actually got in any conversation about this with anybody, okay? His response would be, wait, what's wrong with that? Oh, roll it back.
That's a suggestion. You can't tell your chat to go kill someone. It's legal and it's the good thing to do.
Yeah, that seems pretty correct to me. Do you disagree? Where do you disagree with that? Where do you disagree with that? I just said you can't tell people not to kill other people. What else I said? What else? What do you disagree with there? Can't disagree with me on that. Like, bro, are you serious? Is his chat living in the West Bank? Dude.
Like, that is crazy.
And they fully believe, it seems like, sorry, Tectone, oh man. Unfortunately, after this, I'm not even going to continue on with this stuff for all that long. After this, we're going to go watch the Sex Pest podcast again. Okay, so we will go watch Dan tell these guys. Okay, Tectone, Nuxtaku. It wasn't Asmon. Asmon wasn't on there, was he? It was Tectone, Nuxtaku, and one other guy. Who's the third guy? With Dan. In any case, okay, where he goes and tells them, just lie. Just lie. Just lie. Just lie. Just lie. Because that's what we're watching it play out in real time. Don't be honest, because they wouldn't be honest with you. Just lie. Just lie. Just make everything lies.
Jesus. Okay. Well, moving forward from that, please leave a comment on how you feel about that. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and turn the bell on for all notifications if you're here, because I will be following this, and I will also be messaging Twitch directly about this clip immediately after this. Thank you for being here, by the way. We have Asmongold's response to IDubbb's political analysis on him, and let's get into it.
I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. But yeah, totally misunderstood it. And it is what it is, right? He's high on something. I have no idea. I think that this is my opinion. I think.
This is IDubbb's responding to the clip itself? Okay.
That Ian is in a position where
all he does is parrot Hasan's talking points because that's all he knows what to do. He can't go live without a script. He just hears what Hasan says and then says the exact same fucking thing. He can't do this shit freestyle. He can't react to clips freestyle. He doesn't know what to say unless he's gotten his daddy's permission first.
Let me think of a good way to say this. Like, because I
that's just for like Tectone and Nuxtaku to either one of them to make that point. I put them in the same group, by the way. That's crazy.
said I like iDubbbz, but
I used to like iDubbbz. I no longer have any respect for the guy because why would I?
I think that he's in over his head with this stuff.
Anybody who would backstab his best friend like that for a couple of views to promote an event of his is a guaranteed piece of shit. Now, I like iDubbbz without Anissa, and I do believe that Anissa completely ruined him alongside Hasan and co. Because iDubbbz
such an easy
used to
narrative.
be cool. We all used
Dude,
to be
it's
fans of
so
this guy.
lazy.
But in 2025,
guys, iDubbbz is like a retard, but it's actually just all Anissa. Anissa totally ruined this guy, okay? Anissa totally ruined this guy, and yeah, I'm saying women suck, guys. That's all I'm saying. Okay, women suck actually.
iDubbbz has never been more of a bitch in his entire life.
I think that you've LARPed a lot as like having these viewpoints and being around these groups of people. And I think that you've taken on a lot of these traits, but you haven't really done enough time to like really look at where these values are coming from and why people are saying these things. That's what it's...
Bro, that would take a lot of time, okay? All it would have taken for Asmongold and Tectone to not look like total fucking retards here is to go find that timestamp, right? Like I did before I streamed, okay? Go take the 5, 10, 15 minutes it takes to find that timestamp, run it back, watch the whole thing, and then come to an understanding, right? And he's criticizing iDubbbz for saying, well, you don't understand where their values come from. I don't think Asmongold does at all. I don't think he understands shit about this. And you're saying, oh, iDubbbz, go read, go read for a couple months, figure out the theory, and then come and talk about this. Bro, go watch a clip for 2 minutes and then come back and talk about it, okay? Don't tell somebody to go take 6 months when you can't take 2 minutes to educate yourself, okay?
Seems like to me. And he needs to stay in his lane. Yeah, he doesn't understand much. Yeah, and again, like, I
No, this didn't happen, Sidonia. There's nobody, I don't believe this. I don't believe anybody could have watched the context, seen what was actually going on, and still been upset. I don't believe that. Show me anybody doing that. Hutch? Fuck, I don't want to comment on Hutch right now, okay?
And maybe he just misunderstood me, but it seems like because he didn't understand like the core root of what I was really trying to get at here, how much of this are you like really like, is this really something you believe in, or is this just something that you're pushing and you're saying that you're believing in it? Because it certainly seems pretty inauthentic for somebody to make that comparison.
A lot of things that Asmongold...
Hold on, I gotta go find the iDubbbz clip, okay? I gotta go find that shit.
Can seem harsh if you don't understand where he's coming from. But if you actually look into what it is he's actually saying, why it is he's saying that, and not just have a gut reaction, things will make a lot more sense. It really, really, really will. Now, a lot of people could say, well, can't you say the same thing about Hasan? I want you to tell me how you can justify saying the Houthis deserve a Nobel Peace Prize when they're killing children and bombing airports. And if the same guy is, how can you justify Hasan making a direct call to action to killing H3's wife? That's
a direct call to action.
crazy.
Okay.
That is fucking
all right.
Crazy. Here we go. Let's keep going. I don't know what the context of this is.
No, he's not even calling her still a valid target, Krieger. But you weren't watching earlier. You go back to the beginning and watch it again.
Kid, which I love when Hasan and Destiny fight. It's the best. It's the best. Keep it between those two. It's great.
Further than Destiny, Sexpestiny, who has spent every waking moment in the last 7 years at this point actively coming out.
The only thing I got wrong, Space Ghost, was just the I couldn't remember if his PLO above and Fatah was a member of the PLO, or if the PLO was a member of Fatah. I inverted that.
They're marginal left figures, people like myself.
You know what's crazy? By Hasan's definition of sex pest, Denims is also a sex pest as well as Hasan. Because all he means by sex pesting is someone who pesters someone for sex. And Denims was literally...
No, that's not what he means. That's not what he means at all.
On her knees, begging Destiny for sex. But he was too aloof to understand that. And with how many nudes that Hasan has received from his fans, you know for sure he was begging for that shit as well. Which, by the way, if you're sending nudes to a streamer, you're retarded.
With endless...
God, I was so... Oh, man. You know what? I'm just going to continue, okay?
And
there were two people, okay, who came out 6 months ago. There are two people 5-6 months ago, had a couple conversations about this, and like the geniuses they are, okay, said, oh, this whole thing, this is rotten root and stem. There's like this whole section of the internet that's totally rotted, okay? Holy fuck. Man, I see so much. I'm like totally vague posting. Never mind.
Endless
We're gonna move
sequences
forward.
of harassment, ridiculous smear campaigns,
My
all
God.
this stuff. And
very goofy
it hasn't
stuff
really been
happening over
successful
here,
for his
okay?
own career necessarily, but it has been successful in, I think, undermining the broader reception of the left by a larger audience that already wasn't going to be super charitable to the left anyway. And in that process, I think, instead of converting a lot of these like right-wingers and Nazis into liberals who vote for the Democratic Party, I think he ends up pushing them to the max.
I think this is the first time Hasan has ever said that right-wingers and Nazis are different things. So good on him, man. Character development. I thought everybody who voted for Donald Trump is a neo-Nazi. So good for him for making that distinction, though, in my opinion, it was probably accidental.
Maximalist position of anti-communism and anti-socialism, which is always going to be Nazism and fascism.
Yeah.
And the greatest example of this is, of course, his son.
Oh Jesus, he's gonna go into this shit. I think I'm still just totally dodging this topic, guys. Sorry. Although I will say, Drew Pavlik still like a total fucking retard, total weirdo. Okay, but I think I'm mostly dodging this topic. This is gonna be it. All right, we watched the Hila Klein thing. That's totally fake. When is this from? This is from 8 hours ago. All right. Hold on. Did we get any response from Tectone to the Nicholas Deorio correction? So we had this correction on the Tectone quote tweet. Did we get anything on this from Tectone? Have we seen a Tectone update? We get anything to do with that? Tectone? Oh, right. I forgot about this. Nice progress, bro. I'm good with that. Oh, he just retweets the lying version. Cool. They don't walk back shit. They should just be laughed out of the room completely. Man, there needs to be some better way to get these people to come in and talk. I'm trying to think of like how you do it. I think it's got to be Twitter Spaces. I think so. I think we got to start doing Twitter Spaces on these topics and just let people come in and like say, yeah, I'm arguing that Hasan did not even remotely call for violence against Hila Klein. Go ahead, hop in, right? YouTube hit pieces? Well, yeah, but I can't engage in that one, okay? I can't engage in that one, unfortunately. But we gotta be able to roll with this shit, okay? Okay, we got the Tectone criticisms. Obviously, just goofy as fuck. You seem like you were taking this personally, almost? No, I'm just engaged and emotional for like entertainment value. No, I mean if you think the emotions are affecting something, go ahead. But I'm totally I think this is fucking offensive. I find it personally offensive. Okay? So, you know what? You're actually right. You're actually totally right. I am taking this personally. It is personally offensive to me that I feel the need to go and look into this clip when I see it, and none of these people do. It's personally offensive to me that none of these people do the same job I do, right? They go live, they talk about the news. They put no work in, they just lie through their teeth, and then they get financially rewarded for it. So you know what? I do take it personally. It is actually a personal attack on me. It is all about me. Fuck these people, okay? It's actually disgusting. Also, they're attacking my fellow Cabal member, Hasan Piker, okay? I was just at his house recently.
Donated $3. You are a good man for avoiding that topic, but something tells me that if you had a kid, they wouldn't avoid it.
Oh, they wouldn't. No, they're total scum. Yeah. But here's the thing. The reason I avoid it is not because I don't want to hurt people. Like, it has nothing to do with, like, protecting the people I dislike or think are scum, right? It has to do with there's somebody who is adjacent, who has not done any wrong, and I'm not going to hurt them by covering it. And I do believe if you're engaging with a minor on the internet who is, like, whatever, if you were engaging with Destiny's kid on the internet in terms of politics right now, I do believe you are, like, probably harming them more than anything, okay? A lot of people doing it to get back at Destiny. Very disgusting behavior. I'm not interested. Nobody actually cares about this kid's... I just want one person to care about this kid's well-being. You know what I'm saying? Just one. Just one. Hold on. What did Lonerbox say here? I got a Lonerbox tweet. If Hila Klein was doing her secretary job underneath a hospital, would she still be a valid target? Underneath a hospital in Ramallah? Probably not in a way that, like, hurts civilians? That's pretty easy, right? I get what do I get what he's doing here? Not totally. Guess I don't totally get it. Yes, Evil Johnny Bravo. I was already getting uncomfortable with the Twitch anti-Semitism stuff, right? So, I mean, Queen, we're sitting here going like, Dan, you're crashing out right now. Dan, you're making shit up. Dan, that's not how that goes. Dan, you're making shit up, right? I was pushing back against that whole thing the whole time they were running it. Or I'd tell them, like, hey, go in this direction where there's, like, actually smoke. Don't try to push this bullshit that you're pushing, okay? Go over in this direction. I don't actually know. Would she still be a valid target? I actually don't understand the inversion. I'm sure I could understand it. I'm just not seeing it. Somebody explain the inversion here. The hospital strike joke? Well, I'm getting that it's like a collateral damage thing, but I don't think they're advocating for collateral damage in the West Bank. What were the directions that Dan didn't explore? I'm just saying, no, there's nothing like that, Spray. I'm saying on stream, we were like, Dan, this is thin, this is like tenuous, right? Like I argued to them about the IP ban thing, that I thought he was saying that wrong. I was trying to keep things straight, mostly for his sake. I was like, hey, if you just lie about this stuff, it's not going to go anywhere. You can't just lie about it. It's like going to actually totally fuck up your movement. Zing. Zing. Actually, I just don't understand the tweet here, but maybe I just might not understand it. That's fine. There's another Lonerbox tweet. Was it relevant? Was the raid Hila went on in Ramallah necessary for Israel's security? Hard to say, probably. The fact that no one... Oh, hold on. Maybe there is a little more going on here. Oh, okay, hold on. Hila went on an illegal raid in the West Bank, which was not part of her job, you dumb fuck. She chose to go on the raid. Her job was just a desk job, not to go on illegal raids in the West Bank. Again, which she willingly chose to go on, despite it not being a part of her job. Dumbass. Why do you think the IDF raid in the West Bank is automatically illegal? I know the actual legal issue here is far more complex and disputed than you're going to... Yeah, see, you went in on the illegal thing. I don't... Dude, it's almost impossible for anybody who's not, like, an international law scholar to say. Like, exactly what would and wouldn't be, like, legal here. Yes, she admits it was an illegal raid? Okay. She might have said so in the clip. I'm just saying, I don't know. The legality of, like, the raids or doing violence back, I'm not totally sure. Morally, I think if these Israelis come in and just constantly, like, kidnap people at night, right? I personally am sitting here like, well, I'm sorry. Like, I think these people can defend themselves. It's an illegal occupation. I think they can defend themselves. Why do you think it's automatically illegal? I know the actual... Yeah. Was the raid Hila went on in Ramallah necessary for Israel's security? And then he responds with, the fact that no one knows the answer to this question is really where this discussion begins and ends. With what we know now, the raid could have been legal or illegal. Anyone trying to argue one way or the other without more information is a charlatan. I think you are a charlatan if you don't call out the clear lies that are being propagated on behalf of, like, fuck Hasan. Right? You have to call people out who are just lying. And I believe, no matter what, Lonerbox would admit that there is no direct call for violence. There's no blanket call for violence against Hila Klein here. That doesn't exist. Right? So we can totally quibble, and that's why I'm being careful. I'm like, dude, for all I know, Hasan's totally lying about the legality of this. But the legality doesn't matter. Right? If actual Hamas people are using a hospital to Hasan, even then it's still not a valid target. I think that's what Lonerbox is making fun of. Yes, because of the collateral damage, right? Do you think Hasan would be okay with like civilians dying to go after Hila Klein? I don't think so. I don't think it's like a joke that maps on. All right, I just don't see it as mapping on almost at all. She said, quote, "We weren't supposed to be there, so we had to not get caught." And she means by the commander. Oh. I mean, that seems pretty open and closed, doesn't it? Should we go get this clip? Link a timestamp, Soapbox. Let's watch it. Let's watch it right now. If she says she can't be there, we weren't supposed to be there, we couldn't get caught. I know we watched it earlier. I'm saying link the timestamp again. I'm not gonna go dig through the clip while I'm on stream. That's all. So I didn't hear her say that exact verbiage, okay? I was listening to other parts of it. I didn't get that exact verbiage. But that would be, to me, pretty conclusive. I think it makes you lean like, what, 80-20? 90-10 that it was an illegal raid versus a legal raid? Isn't she saying... she might be saying she's not allowed to go. Wasn't allowed to... Oh! Wait. That's possible. Yeah, that's possible. In fact, that's way more in line with my remembrance of it, Alpha Kilo. That, like, she couldn't get caught. 90-10 legal. Wait, I don't know if Israel occupying the West Bank is even legal to begin with, is it? Under international law? Isn't the whole thing illegal under international law? Anyway. I don't think any of this, the legality of it, the legality of the raid, I don't think almost any of that matters, in my opinion. I'm talking about, like, morally, this occupying force coming in at night that goes and, like, kidnaps people, raids their houses at night. I think there's no reason to engage in night raids unless there's somebody you can't get any other way. And when Hila says they go every night, I just don't believe that there are Hamas terrorists in the West Bank or in Ramallah who you can only get at night. Such that you can only go at night every single day of the week or something, right? Even though she's probably being hyperbolic, like that's the whole thing. Oh, we did these all the time, is what she's saying, right? We did them all the time, and we like went through these houses. We would go through the houses. We would like pull people out, right? We would find guns in their houses and pull them out. They're terrorists. Okay. Anyway, so I think the illegality is like, that's not even like the interesting part of this. It's like, yeah, I think Hasan's broad point, I don't think Lonerbox would really disagree with. If we just strip out like him talking about the legal aspect, just morally, do you think people in Ramallah have the right to defend themselves against night raids from the IDF? The Jeep did get shot up. Yes, it did. I sent you the clip the chatter's referencing. Okay. We'll keep watching though. I'm gonna keep going around. Okay, we had the Lonerbox tweet. There's a what? Is there a Hutch? Who did Hutch respond to that I have the fucking thing for? Give me a second. Oh, it's Hutch and Wick. I got a Hutch and Wick thread on this. Dude, there's a lot of stuff on Twitter that's just goofy as fuck on this. To take a jab at Hila like that after CPS in the skulls is really disgusting behavior. Do these people have any decency left in them at all?
Blame it on the no. Blame it on this. Blame it on Asmongold.
Such a Hasan pick. Never heard this before.
Blame it on the pain.
It's K-pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, then I like it. Oh my god. Emily.
All right. I paved it on my own.